How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. It is a Wednesday. Today I want to do more M pluses, get more alt stuff out of the way. 10.17 is almost here. Maybe we'll get a patch update tonight, but so far it seems that this one is going to be quite light. So I guess what else is there to expect? I'm still kind of holding out hope, holding out that copium that maybe, hopefully, it'll get us like some kind of well, I don't know, what am I thinking of? Like, I don't know, some class changes, like last minute stuff, you know what I mean? Last minute tunings and stuff. I think a lot of it is going to say for 10.2, but I still, like, I'm a big fan of some of the changes they've done recently for PvP and PvE. Trying to adjust the meta a little bit, I think, is a good way to go about it. I do hope we get something at the end of it, or maybe even just an announcement letting us know that 10.2 is going to be the patch of class revamps. I kind of love the cadence we had with 10.07. I know the Paladins was super disruptive for both PvE and PvP, with them getting all of a sudden like really instaantly good, and everybody on the mother rerolling to a red Paladin. So it was literally pandemonium of Paladins. But like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just like chaotic. I love this many changes all at once. You know what I mean? How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. Let me get the music back up and running and make sure that it's all blowing out yours. How you doing, by the way, G? Hope you're having a good one, my man. Oh God, that's loud. There we go. That hopefully should be a little bit less loud. They got a couple of new tracks on CS. I want to give them a go. I'm not a biggest fan of them, but like maybe they'll be good, right? But how you boys all doing, man? You guys ready for 10.17? I feel like if you are going to be coming back for like 10.2, there is going to be a moment in 10.17, and honestly, I feel like they might have given away the date when 10.2 is going to be out. By the way, like it looks like it is going to be towards the end of October by the looks of it. Let me see if I can show you guys real quickly exactly what I'm talking about. Let me get this over here. So they have this thing called Turbulent Time Waste coming out in 10.17. It's not going to be available day one for the patch by the looks of it. It seems on the calendar. Are the servers even up for PTR? They might not even be up, by the way. Also, hardcore tomorrow. Anybody actually playing that? Because I know Jake is playing, but I'm still on the fence, man. I don't know. I had a hard time getting into Classic to begin with. Not like there's anything wrong with Classic or anything, right? But it's just like, I had a really hard time, let me hop on this guy, getting into Classic initially. I only got to level like 53, I think, max, 54 maybe, somewhere 52, 51, and that's about the end of it. I feel like if I was playing with friends, it would have been a lot of fun. But I'm still like on the fence about it. So, in September, that's when the patch is going to be released, right? With the Secrets of Azeroth kind of starting a little bit ahead of time. And there's going to be a time walking event immediately, but not the Turbulent Time Waste yet. Turbulent Time Waste looks like it's going to be on the 26th of September. Turbulent Time Waste being like an event where you'll basically get like double back-to-back time walking weeks for dungeons, and the gear upgrades from the dungeons are going to be better. It's also adjusting when you'll be able to queue for time walking dungeons. Looks like level 45 is the minimum. Should say it right here, actually. Is that it looks like that's just like a thing of 10.17, not even just like a Turbulent Time Waste thing. But then there's going to be a bunch of time walking weeks back to back, and then it even has like an end date or a redate. Yet again, Dragonflight discovered and going disturbances. So it looks like there's two. One is when it starts, right? And then another when it starts, or maybe when it ends. But it looks like it's ending on 31st of October. So maybe that's when we'll get the patch, because it is a Tuesday. It will line up kind of okay. But that's literally at the end of October. And then WoW anniversary will be in November. Unless it's supposed to be like this is also part of the time walking week, which I don't really know. But it also looks like there's no time walking week for this one either. Like this, like, hey, start of Turbulent Time Waste. So it looks like that's when it ends. By, I guess... No, that actually is exactly it, because you can even see like this like wavy, like sandy line, and then it stops here, and it doesn't continue into the next one. So that has to be like when it ends. But it doesn't really say until tip like when it ends or anything. It's just like, oh, I guess that is actually when it ends, 10:31. So never mind. Normally it would be like Darkman Fair kind of deal. Like Darkman Fair is open for business. Well, actually, does it say something? Oh, it does say same thing. For some reason, I thought the tooltip would here would say like, oh, it ended. Never mind then. Forget about me then. Yo, let's get some all stuff done out of the way, man. But I hope you're having a good one here, my guy. I do want to check out the warrior, because protection, we haven't got to play that at all last night. I wanted to as well, because I think protection, with all the changes they've gotten, might actually be really fun. While I get this set up. We gotta remove this, and this, and that should be set. Beautiful. Let me hop on live here real quick, boys. And then what else has got changed? We tried Mistweaver yesterday. That one I was like, I was a little bit weirded out by that one because it felt like I was panicking the entire time. But like my melee healing was actually doing a lot. It just, I guess, maybe Grievous doesn't really feel that great as a healer. And that's some of the new songs too. We'll see how those go, if they're any good. Hey Dalaran, chat, how we doing? What's up, Basic? How you doing, my man? You playing Hardcore Classic or are you skipping out, my guy? Because that's coming out tomorrow. Apparently, it's releasing about the same time that I should be streaming tomorrow too. So it's like Thursday's a day off for me, but maybe we just hop into Classic Hardcore. I just feel like I won't make it past level 9. Like if I'm actually like try it, because I haven't really got to try it at all. You know what I mean? How am I gonna actually like legitimately play it or anything? But I feel like when you add that extra layer of, oh, you actually gotta pay attention to stuff, that's where you gotta, like, normally you go through it like a leveling zone and you focus on just like leveling, but you're not focused on staying alive, right? It just, you don't even think about it. It doesn't even cross your mind. So you don't think about it at all. It's just, all right, I'm just gonna level, not biggie. You get into maybe a rough situation where two, what are they called? Quill boars attack you when you're leveling through Thunder Bluff area, but then you just run away and you're like, oh man, could have died, but not biggie if I did die. But when you add the hardcore, you add that extra like pressure hovering over your head. I feel like that's where that pressure would get to you. You know what I mean? Nikasov comedian decided to play already bad enough at the game. Yeah, my guy. I am still unsure either, honestly. Like, I think it'd be fun if I had like friends that be playing it too, but like, besides Jake, I don't really know a lot of people that are playing it, you know what I mean? Plus I'm still knee deep, dude. After finishing Baldur's Gate 3, there's now a void left in my life, and I'm just filling it with more Baldur's Gate. The healing looked easy yesterday from what I saw. I was kind of panicking, not gonna lie. I was panicking even a little bit, man. It felt a little weird. I felt like my melee healing, I wasn't like utilizing as well. And that's just maybe down to just like, I didn't get to play last week on Monk much. I did like an easier key and that didn't feel bad at all. I think what I need to do is dive myself into more challenging keys more regularly. But yeah. But the healing numbers were great, like fist weaving. I felt like I wasn't fist weaving much, but that healing was doing work. I think it's just bursting. Like nullifying a lot of my effort. So I'm just having to like go for even more throughput than anything. You know what I mean? Let's see. This guy, I do want to go prod though. Prod got buffed the other day. Like defensive stance should be less punishing. So maybe like just sitting in defense stance. And this is the change over now. So normally warriors pop into battle stance. They don't get any defensive buffs. They don't get any offensive nerfs. And they get 3% more crit and 10% reduction on movement and parent effects. So normally you do like 10% more damage than you would do in defensive stance. But when you pop into defensive stance now, they changed the talent. So defensive stance only reduces damage by 5%. That's a slight reduction. Very slight. 20% DR though. I'm not feeling that song off the bat. I don't know what it is. Just off the bat, I'm not feeling it. I got a Holy Paladin up and running, having fun with that, but I got new stuff for Duels 2. Guild Wars 2, so I'm dabbling in that at the moment. Really? Guild Wars? Didn't they make that game free to play? But like, you have to buy expansions and stuff? Because I remember buying it initially. So like, what happens to my account now that I bought it a while ago? So how are you feeling? Dude, I'm a little tired, but I'm feeling pretty good otherwise. I was excited to check out some Prot Warrior because they gotten changed. So defensive stance is a little bit less punishing. I want to try seeing how dungeons feel when I'm just rocking that. 20% constant DR seems kind of nuts, honestly. And then Spell Reflect for Prot, when you pop it, you reduce your magic damage by 25% instead of 20, so even more damage reduction there. And then on top of it, they have Vanguard, which is a passive that you get just for speccing into prot. Vanguard stamina increase, they upped it by 5% more. So armor is increased by 70% of your strength, but also stamina is increased by 35% instead of 30. So overall, it should be feeling a little bit like less squishy in general. So this is what I really wanted to try today, is try some prot, see how it goes. I have a weapon, I have a shield, and it's like 4th 40 item level. I'm not really a million health, but I want to see how this feels, if it feels any better. I want to see how it like rolls with what I got going on. I feel like I want to get like some Ooga Booga Mogs though. Hold on, with a weapon that kind of fits this whole blood troll aesthetic. We could just do this. Do I have like a sword or anything that's like bloody sword? Like something maybe fiery? Ooh, perfect excuse to use this. And then I guess shield wise, do I have anything good that fits this? I don't really have an artifact weapon that fits it, which is unfortunate. I guess I could do this. It's just not really like great. It's not really, none of it really fits. Nazoth, eyeball maybe? I just don't have like anything good. And I'm not really feeling like rocking the whole like horde aesthetic either. Nightborn? I could make it like a full Nightborn set maybe. I need a better shield, man. I need the door shield, the spike door shield. Maybe just do this for now and just roll with that. Am I the only one that finds the song weird literally in the first few seconds? I feel like I should give the songs a proper try, but I'm just not even giving them a chance. That's so bad. But yeah, I want to try prot, man. Yeah, it's free to play, but the expansions being bought, there's no gear progression, so it's easy to pick it back up. I must have played for Raisin Story. That's the weird one, is the gear progression, the fact that there's none. I always find it kind of weird. I think there's benefits and negatives, but I just like a grind in my games, you know? I like this, maybe that's just what WoW got me used to, but I like being able to, because like Baldur's Gate kind of sort of has the same thing, right? Some of the items you can find early on in the game with the early areas, you can keep them until the end of the game. That can help you make a build. So it's very similar to like vanilla WoW progression. It's like, it's not completely like vertical. It is a bit of horizontal, but some items do maintain like quite a bit of quality, quite a bit of that value that continues on going forward. But I don't know, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I have a hard time like just wrapping my head around it, I guess is the best way to put it. What key do I have this week? Because I got in the key. A key. Was it like a... Also, I do have better trinkets. Like, do I want to use these? Over the grapnel? Because I heard grapnel is actually not terrible. At least for prot. Underrod. I kind of want to see if I can just, like, dive into a key, man. You know what I mean? 18, 19. Maybe get, like, an 18 that's doable. Because otherwise, we could do my 19 underrod. Unless there's like no other key, no other choices, because I don't want to be the one like just waiting. We could do a freehold, try to see how that goes, right? A 19 freehold, 18 underrod, 18 Olderman. Halls I wouldn't want to do if I can help it. I'm also prot, so I don't know how likely am I to get into any of these goofs. But I guess worst of which we could just like toss my underrod into the wind, see what kind of a group we can pick up. Grab some pumpers. I don't even know like what comp I'd want for prot either. Guild Strip PvP system is so good for new players though. You get free armor sets during PvP content and get skilled, I think. Yeah, I did see, it was a while ago. It was like, I think it was during downtime of Shadowlands. I believe it was like PS Hero, right? That played a little bit of Guild Wars. And he gave it a go, but he wasn't like, he really like kept trucking with it, but he kept complaining about it and just didn't seem like his vibe. Watching his gameplay reminded me why I had such a hard time with Guild Wars, and that's like the dodge system and also the spells and stuff. It just maybe just me, but like the dodging of abilities, I felt like adds an extra layer of learning, which can give the game depth, but also it feels like just correctly timing those dodges with the spell effects, because sometimes I feel like, oh, he got hit by an attack, but then he presses dodge late, although it counters that attack entirely. Some attacks a dude had to like, I watched another guy afterwards just like researching more about the game, But it's like dodging attacks, it all depends on like the actual animation of the ability. Certain abilities you can basically dodge late, certain ones you have to pre-dodge to make sure you don't actually get hit by the ability. And it's like, that's a lot of knowledge and learning. Granted, most classes have like 5 abilities per weapon type, and then being able to switch that on the draw kind of deal. And it's just like, it was really difficult for me to wrap my head around. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe I'm just getting old. But I just had such a hard time with it. So I'm glad that the game offers like the opportunity to get gear just so you can dive in. I think that's really, really cool. But then it's like, you don't have that gear progression then. And it's just like, I guess you play while it's fun, but when it stops being fun, like, that's it. But maybe there's like other rewards you can play for like the seasonals or whatever. I just don't, I don't know, when we had like no gear necessity back in like Legion, for example, in WoW, that felt weird, man, like not having that gear progression. I don't know how I'd feel about it. I guess I would need to give it a proper try, but then it's like the PvP system to begin with is kind of sort of intimidating for me as is. I'm already like struggling even just looking at it. No, Drexel, leave us please. I won't leave you. I'll run this older one with you boys. I would never leave you. I would never leave your sight. There we go. Big old one. Now the first thing I gotta do is do a first pull, die, and leave, right? That'll be like the quintessential like classic pugging experience. First pull, I immediately die, I leave. Wait, I don't even have gold to be in my potion, bro. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. We gotta rectify this real quick. I don't have any gold on this guy at all, but I do have some gear I'm never gonna use again, like this piece. Gone. This. Gone. Helm. I guess it's kind of okay. This trinket. Gone. This trinket. Gone. This I mean, time walking. Maybe that's useful there. This thing. Gone. This shield. I only have a copy. Okay. Let me just buy at least some consumables, dude. They're not expensive, but I got none of them. Loot? Dude, yeah. Exactly. We'll buy 2. We'll be conservative. This guy's broke. I didn't realize my warrior's so broke. That's awful. Howling Ruin. These guys are gonna look at my wallet and they're just gonna kick me out just for that. I swear. I go haste, right? As a prod. I don't go crit or anything weird or mastery. Pretty sure. I held the 40 key earlier. What? Why? How bad was it? What happened? You better have a good excuse. Actually, honestly, like, do whatever you want to do. I'm just, I'm the kind of gamer that I would rather just not ult for 4 on people. I'd rather actually give the key a proper try, man. That's what I prefer. I'd rather actually put in an effort, especially if I can. Also tonight, chat, I should have actually looked at the overall for that dungeon. I meant to look at it earlier, but then I clear it because I'm dumb. Tonight, I don't even know if I'm be raiding actually, so I might have a little bit more free time for myself. That'd be kind of nice, honestly. I got a project I can work on. That'd be dope. How you guys doing, by the way? Hope everybody's having a good one. Are we good? Are we summoning? I think we are. I think we're good, actually. Is it too late for me to get into Dragonflight? No, not at all. Hey, actually, with 10.17, if you've been behind, 10.17 would be a good time to come back, especially if you're prepping for that 10.2, right? You want to dive in the raid with everybody else. 10.17 is going to be big level buffs, lots of leveling upgrades, lots of gear catch up. So if you're looking just to catch up to everybody, to dive into the current content, and then get prepped for the next set of content, the next raid tier, 10.17 would be a pretty good time to do it, honestly. Well, thank you. But yeah, no, 10.17 is a good time to do it, man. Assassin's Rogue viable right now? I think it, dude, yesterday I played it. It was insanely fun, man. I think Subtlety is still going to be like the must play for Mythic Plus just because it has a bit of that flexibility, but I think the 5% buff for Assassin is going to make it better for certain raid fights, especially where P3 of a fight is important. So like, if you take a look at like, I don't know, if you take a look at the fights like, God, what is it called? Sarkarath, right? Sarkarath P3 is always a pain in the ass. Sarkarath P3 with the execute is gonna feel great. I think you're gonna enjoy it a lot. Yeah, I think the raids is gonna be pretty good, especially for those bosses that live in the execute range. So Echo, Sark, Fantastic. Damage should be pretty close to all the other rogue specs. You don't really get that much value in Mythic pluses, but I feel like if you wanted to push as assassination, you technically can do okay as long as you prep for the dungeon and as long as you're playing into your strengths. That being said, again, subtlety just has the most flexibility when it comes to like different target counts. Only like what 2-3 mobs when you're a little bit weird, right? We're gonna do one of these in here. Gonna try to play a little defensive, but for the most part, we don't really need to go that defensive on these guys. Because we got defensive stance, like we could chill them. Oh, look at my damage, by the way. What is this damage? Protection. Oh god. We're gonna play a little defensive here. Just a little more defensive. Big heal. Trinket this guy. Oh, I love that opener, man. That was great. We got a couple of executes. Oh, defensive stance feels good, by the way. This feels good. Hold on, can I just like aggro all of you? Or can I like have one of you like follow me maybe? Okay, maybe we could do this. Maybe we can like have one land beside us. On this side over here. I want to see if I can interrupt these things whenever they do the thing. Stun? I think I got him. I think I got him. No, I didn't get one of them. Okay, as long as we're chilling health-wise, I should be good. Okay, we're dead. That still hurts a ton. I don't know if I could really do much here, man. Unless you could just like... Are we dying to just bursting? Or is it just like something else? Okay, I'm just dead. I'm not sure. Was that just like no healing? Or is it just me doing something wrong? He's spamming regrowths into me though, so he's trying. But I guess I was just like, okay, all the cooldowns are down. Oh, don't reset. Don't reset. We just keep him in combat a little longer. Is it maybe the casters? Maybe the other dude's casting at us. We do have an Aug Evoker, so it should feel very, very tanky. I don't really know what killed us there, honestly. Kite a bit? Okay. I could tell him. Okay. I could do that. I could just go in, get aggro, and just start running, I guess. That'll work out fine. Bro, Warrior taking so OP on damage? It feels good, though. I'll tell you right now, it feels good. I do want to take the Kite slow here. I want to see if I can stun them all. I really want to pull more mobs. I really do think I should go pull more. Because I could just line aside them, if anything. I want to do this. Get them all aggroed. I can have them like around line of sight. And hopefully I can just kite them out a little. Wait, I could just go up there? I didn't realize I could do that. Okay, this is where we kite. This is where we just kite. We need a defensive stance. We just go over here for a second, yeah? And then what we could do is one of these. Use that trinket to just mosey on over. We got big defensive, so we're chilling. While we got the, what is it? The second, not second one, last stand. We actually have pretty tanky. Very, very tanky. Stun them all. Leap away. I mean, the guy's having me really like, I'm literally trying to kite, but like nothing is really dying here. Why am I doing most damage, by the way? I feel like my damage is a little high. Is this like a completionist group that I got into? Hold on a second. Why is my damage so high? Hold on a second. What is this? Hold on a second. Okay, I guess we're gonna do this, boss, yeah? I'm so used to going this way. What is this? Hold on. Am I doing something, chat? Is this just me doing something? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I shouldn't be doing this much damage. Am I just playing like an aggro build? What is happening? I'm really thinking about resubbing. If you are gonna, I'd say wait until like 10-1-7. I feel like that'll be a perfect time to do it. If you are gonna plan a resub. 10-1-7 would be a good time to do it. I'm telling ya. Okay, at least we can interrupt that. Sorry, this is a lot going on. I usually just go in as a prop warrior, just like spam, what's it called? Used to just spam revenge the entire time. So I'm not really used to actually like using defensive abilities constantly. I want to like plan for my abilities a lot. Alright, this should be that tough, right? Okay, while we get big defense, we should be chilling. Except when they do that. That's super annoying. Okay, we have Avatar coming back up. We have a big shield slam. So now I'm just chilling AoE for the most part. Yes, am I supposed to be doing this much damage, by the way? That seems like a lot. I mean, defensive stance too, like 20% DR at all times. Like, this is just me DRing. I'm tanked up and ready to go. Okay, I think it's at a cooldowns when I'm cleaving multiple targets while my damage is high. But it's just like, it feels like it kind of falls off it for a while. Alright, boss man. I am gonna have to see if I can track this guy over to like where the other ads are. Where's he at? This guy. That's the one. And I want to see if I can just like sit on this man for a bit. Okay, now we're just chilling. Now we're doing as much damage as we can here. Probably reflected a little early, honestly. Walk him out a little bit. I want to see where the caster is going to be. Left side, right side? Always this way, I think. Let's see if I can just like taunt all of them at once. I really want to interrupt this guy. If we can interrupt him, that'd be great. Yeah, because that guy's just gonna be casting over there. I can't really do anything. I can maybe reflect him once in a while. Try to pick up aggro whenever I can. Disrupt him really quickly. Do one of these. I'm trying to group them up, man. I'm trying. Trust. I'm trying to group them all up. There we go. That felt great, by the way. I love the AoE packs that I could do. I feel like I'm a little squishy still, but the damage I do feels great. Hey Dalaran, do you have a monk character? I do have a character for monks. I don't really DPS as a monk that often. I gotta practice that thing a little bit more. But this guy seems to do a decent amount of AoE damage. Alrighty. I just want to make sure I phase this guy away from the group. That's all I gotta do. Is if I can phase him away from the group and keep them all together, keep them all stacked up, we'll be golden. Oh god. Someone's gonna have to interrupt that one. There we go. I might get like a week or something to track my last stand, because that doesn't really have a duration on my like bars at the bottom. I don't really know where to put these guys. Guess what I could do is maybe like run them over this way. So these all kind of stacked up. Let him wild cleave this way, and then move over. Chillin'. This should be chillin'. I feel like I need to just spam sometimes my ignore pain. I feel like tankiness wise is just like, there are moments it feels like I should be spamming it, and other times when I shouldn't be. But it's like no one went to spam, or when I can just revenge spam. I just don't really know as a warrior. I guess it's just like I just gotta play it some more, see a bunch of different situations, and make the executive decision. Or I need to press like a defensive ability together with it. That will work too. How do we do? I'm doing like 80k DPS and like 3 targets, but I guess it is 3 targets though, isn't it? No, did you see my Demon Hunter from Walter's site? I did not know. What'd you get? The trinket? Is that what it is? That's a good one. Is that meta? Is that what we all play now? Because I was pretty sure you said yourself that Tree Boss from Bracket Head was even better. But am I wrong on that? This in kind of a group that you're with. What do you mean, Jonathan? It's fine. Group is fine. We're fine. Okay, these guys I'm gonna really have to kite though. Like if I needed kiting earlier, this definitely is gonna be one of those groups where I need to kite the jagged bites. Except when I do get hit. I think what I need to do is walk in, let him start casting it, and then walk out. Yeah, it's just as long as they don't get to hit jagged bite on me, like we'll be chilling. Wait, I can just do this. Hold on. I can walk in, hit him, shield slam real quickly, and get the hell out of there. That's all I need to do. You're fine, Jonathan. I'm just playing some prop, man. I'm sitting in defensive stance, by the way, which is super unusual for me. Because prop warriors normally sit in battle stance. I'll try not to get bitten ever. I do love the mobility of this class. I feel like I'm just super mobile, but then again, these guys don't have like a slow or anything. I'm sure to feel a little different. Just as a bear, I feel like I'm just kind of slow. As a warrior, I feel like I'm just constantly schmoving. Fucking. Couple of slams. Couple of these. I don't even need a defensive for this guy, actually, do I? I just walk in, hit him and execute, run away. I feel like I'm bullying him. That is so good. Rizab Karlak? Okay, I guess I can't resist the my mustache, long hair, one-eyed hunter. Yo, Karlak is a homie, man. Karlak is actually bae. Karlak is, I mean, my god, man. Good character. What a good character, man. But that's what I really like about Baldur's Gate is like a lot of the characters. Oh, okay, we're stunning early. Alright, I didn't realize that. What I like about Baldur's Gate a lot is like how many good characters they got, man. Like they remind me of Mass Effect, honestly. I guess I'm gonna cut him through orbs. I feel like I want to like hit him all the time. I also feel like that's just a mistake running that through that early. Okay, so that's faded. We can just kind of cut him. Or stun him, I guess. Is that what you want to do, is kind of stun the knockback? Or does it matter? Mine doesn't even matter. We keep stunning him over and over. I'm not even stunning him. I think it's just the blasphemies, man. Because I'm not even doing anything. He's big, though. Big boy. Rallying cry for all of you. I tried to see if I could stun it. But yeah, Risen Up Karlak, dude, that's the play. Honestly, everybody says like Risen Up Shadowheart is vanilla, but I'm thinking like with how many people love Karlak, like I feel like she's just becoming like the default choice for so many. You know what I mean? It's definitely not vanilla, but so many people do prefer her as a character. Tell me I have a stun for any of these. Hopefully I do. I do have a stun. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Just trying to position all of them at once. I don't have a TC. I do have a fear actually, so maybe I should use that. Oh, look at my damage, by the way. Where's the hunter damage? What's happening? Hold on, what is this guy doing? What is happening? Hold on, you guys see this? Am I tank or am I DPS? I feel like I'm DPSing. Like actual DPSing. Wait, this class is a lot of fun in AoE. Oh my god, I just feel like survivability is like kind of rough. I don't know what it is. Cleave though doesn't feel bad at all. Maybe it's the magic damage that I have a weirdness with. See if I can like, pull these guys maybe around the corner. Okay, this is gonna be a little rough. We are... Oh, wall. We're walling. Let's use one of these here. I'm actually gonna see if I can pull them around here. Hopefully I have line of sight of the healer. Because if I don't, then I'm being a little bit of trouble. Hey, we stun everything. We gotta kite him. Kite him way out here. Yeah. As long as they're like not in front of me, we're chilling. Honestly. It's only for like that one ability we gotta deal with. I'm gonna go flying here in a bit, but I think it'll mostly be fine. Dude, this class slaps. What the hell? I'm literally in defensive stance. This is my damage in defensive stance. I'm not even battle stancing. Are you serious? Is this where we're at? Nah, Karlach is base AF. Dude, Karlach is... it's so... I feel like it's a spoiler, but her story's also a little sad, man. It's so good, though. Oh, God. Heal? Everything. That was a lot of damage taken. I should have been more prepared for that big slap. I should have been more aware. Or should have had something rolling for it. Really? I don't know if that'll be enough, honestly. Maybe. What the hell? I was gonna say, why is one running? Mortal Coil. This is a pull where I'm actually taking a little bit of damage. It's only 18 too, but I feel like I'm just getting trucked. But so is the group early. I feel like the big guy gotta die insta. Like, just hard focus him. No doubt. What's up, Philip? Hi there, my man. Hope you have a good one. Okay, I think I'm ready for this one. One of these. Stun him. Hopefully somebody has something to follow up. Stun. Actually, I got all of them. Look at me go. Look at me go. Big tank boy. I feel like the decision making on the warrior is where I'm like struggling with. It's just like sometimes knowing which choice I'm making, if I'm making the right one, that sometimes is difficult for me. It's just like knowing when to pop a defense, when to use rage into defensive, when to use an offensive. I'm sure there's like a very like straightforward like maybe in the guide like when you should use, how should you use a rage the best way possible, so you're defensive and offensive. But I'm starting to like whenever I'm capping on ignore pain or too much rage, I'm just slamming ignore pains. And then just like I'm usually once I get rolling, I have plenty of revenges, right? Let's go this way. Go over here. Just because it's away from any of the big dudes. Should be fine. Uh-oh. Good res. That's the evoker too. I should have reflected that, by the way. He's just gonna wait. Not the worst move. Oh, okay. Good that I didn't rush over there. I was gonna charge it. Hey, do you have any advice on picking a class? Sticker with it. Pick a class that you like. Don't worry about like a meta. And look at a class, like if especially if you're worried about, you want to play in the meta, you want to play someone strong. Pick a class that you like all specs of. Because usually every class is like the most viable spec, depending on like if you're raiding or if you're doing dungeons or whatever. So if you're fine with the class overall, there's a good chance you'll find like, if you just want to play it, the class itself, and you just play the most viable version of that class, whatever the spec is, you'll probably have an easier time like getting into endgame groups. That or just play Evoker and learn how to play Evoker. It's an expansion of the Evoker, and there's a good chance the Evoker is going to be one of the better classes for the entire expansion. It just is their expansion, so it's like, it's probably going to be the case, honestly. I can reflect that back. I think there's a two-part of that hit, though. I think there's like a slam, like an actual boss slam, and then there's another part of it. It's like the fire damage. And if I line it up properly, I should be able to hit them both. That was great. So that's what I would do, but definitely look for a class that you enjoy the whole class, not just like a part of the class. That, or you could play just only like a certain spec. Let's say you're like Hunter, but you're mostly like Survival Hunter. You could just play Survival. It is possible. It'll be a little bit more difficult. No, I'm not gonna lie to you, if you just pick in just one spec, but you can do it. It's all about having patience and playing to the very, very best of your abilities, and don't be afraid to experiment with different builds. But as long as you're playing a class that you personally enjoy, not because it's meta, but because you like it, that ends up making it becoming so much easier when it comes to like playing something you can play for a long time, right? Long-term commitment class. Not something you're just gonna pick up, play for a little bit, and then kind of give up if it's ever bad. Because that's usually what a lot of people do. They play a class because it's good, and then it's no longer good, and they played it because it was good, not because they like it personally. So find something you personally enjoy when it comes to classes. Just something you actually like to play. Let's see if I can stun both. Yes, I can. Not in a great spot here, but like, we're just gonna have to work with it. Oh. I don't know what's gonna happen, like if I go flying. So just to make sure the AI doesn't get confused, I want to come down as soon as possible. But that's what I would do, is just pick a class that you have fun with, no matter the content. And if you enjoy multiple specs of that class, even better. But definitely, like, if you play something you enjoy, that just helps out a ton in terms of like satisfaction and sticking to it and long-term commitment. I do play a class that's fun, meta, between a couple of classes a few days ago. What classes were you thinking about? Is it just like you got a couple of good choices, but you're just not sure which one you want to play? Also, I kind of want to pull more. Should I? I think I will. I think I will. Gotta grab these guys in here, because they're all just cleavers. So like, we should be chilling. None of these guys actually cast. Like, as long as I have the defense for it, we should be chilling. As long as no one's like in the frontal. Plus I got big defensives and offensives. Am I hitting for 200Ks there? Is that what it was? I thought it was 200K, but maybe I missaw it. Oh god. Who died? The evoker? Must have like charged towards the front or something. Oh god, please don't sit in front of me or behind me ever. All these guys have a frontal cleave. Keep yourself safe, boys. Keep yourself safe. Fully defensives and ready to go. Wow, I actually feel so tanky. Like this, just if it's a mob that does physical damage, I feel like it does nothing to me. Magic damage, that's a different story. I feel like I still do take a lot of magic damage, but physical, I'm chilling. Arcade Mage, DK, and Warlock, all of them are really, really good. Just pick one out, please. Pick some Prot Warrior, man. This thing is fun. But honestly, out of all those, they're all really good. Like, I don't know. They're all really, really, really good. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to get like I almost feel like I'm telling you what you should play, but I really want it to be a choice. But if you're trying to figure out what's good, all of them are great. So one of the best parts about playing a mage and a warlock is you have a triple DPS spec. That means at least one of those DPS classes is always going to be viable. It's always going to be stronger in a variety of situations. So if you're worried about like being able to play in groups, as long as you're fine learning all three of those specs of your class, like you're chilling. As for like Death Knight, learning how to play Blood DK, but also Frost and Unholy is also good. Unholy and Frost are both kind of decent right now. Unholy in particular is good for raiding at the moment. Really, really good in raiding. Really, really considered. Highly considered. Especially with how they synergize with augmentation. In PvP, they're also very, very fun. But Blood is also very enjoyable. And there's like, I've heard rumors that apparently Blood is going to be insane. I don't really know what they meant by that. But I've heard rumors that Blood apparently is going to be like really, really good for the next year. I don't know what they mean by that. I wouldn't be able to tell you, chat. Wouldn't even be able to tell you what that means. But I heard that Blood would be meta. That's all. Just a grapevine. I don't know where the grapevine really comes from. I don't know where the end point, beginning point is. That's all I heard. I don't know if it's real though. Might be one of those things someone says just to see how many people would like repeat it verbatim. Oh, our Blood Deaker is really, really good. Where do you hear that? Oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? But I heard it from a guy that knows a buddy who actually legit works in Blizz. So maybe it's one of those things that's a little bit more believable, but it's still a 50-50, you know? I love Warlocks and Arcane Mages, but I can't decide which to level. Level both of them. I think that's the best way to explore, to find a class you like. Take your time just to level both of them. Just level classes. Oh, if you are going to be leveling too for 10-1-7, if you really want to maximize the gains, especially like if you're leveling from 60 to 70, like if you haven't hit the Dragonflight zones yet. Also, didn't they nerf these guys too? The Time Reavers? Or Keepers, whatever they're called. Reavers? What are you, Reaver? You are a Reaver. I think they nerfed the dot damage, didn't they? Like by 66%? Or something like that? Or did I confuse that with another change? But yeah, just if you are trying to maximize leveling, they're going to be doing like a Dream Surge events in 10-1-7. Basically, while you're in the zone for the Dream Surge, like you just get more XP, like a ton more XP. So if you want to wait until Dream Surges are active, leveling with Dream Surge is going to be quick. I mean, 25% more XP for the zone while Dream Surge is active in that zone. And what else do you get? You also get... Yeah, that dot didn't feel like it did anything, unless I got dispelled the entire time. Let me get this guy over here too. I want to see if I can get more like Whelplings as well, just so we can have some fun. Whelpling 1, Whelpling 2. I'm gonna just press wall. Try to see if this will be enough. Have some fun, boys. Have some fun. Let me stun everything here for a second. Have fun. Big AoE. By the way, why am I doing more AoE damage than a Destro Warlock? What is this? Why? 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 Is it just my build? Is it my trinkets or something? Why is this the thing? We should have percent here, right? But yeah, 10-1-7 Dream Surges, you'll get 25% more XP while in the zone. And Dream Surges also have these buffs that'll be rotating, and players themselves get to choose which of these buffs you want active. Like, you'll get to vote. One of those buffs is 50% more XP while in a zone. And I think that's going to be a very popular buff that a lot of people are going to vote for. So, if you just want to level from 50 to 60 and have the easiest time with it, Dream Surges might be the play. Oh, can I get through? Beautiful. Nice. Are they waiting for the Warlock? We'll give him a second. We got 6 minutes for this. Dream Surges, so 25% plus 50%, and then there's also going to be a Turbulent Time Waste event where you're getting up to 30% more XP as well. That's going to be a little later down the line, but if you're trying to get like a bunch of like end game leveling, like leveling 2 Dragonflight areas, right? If you're trying to get a bunch of those leveling done, during Dream Surges and 10-1-7 might be the best time to do it, honestly.
That item is still recharging.
Oh, look at the shield slam resets. Oh my god, it's so good. That's hilarious. Have him waddle here a little. Give us some space to work with. What's your favorite class? I'd say Rogue still. Rogue's been my main for like a good while. I'd say Rogue just continues to be my main and my fave. I like Outlaw, but Assassination is also really fun. Like recent changes to them, I do love them. That is really good. Big fan of those. But also like we got, besides this, we have Subtlety. Outlaw is really fun too. Like Outlaw's been my favorite for like ever. I feel like I should move him out, but we got a full range grip, so like they should be able to reach him anyway. Oh my god, the amount of shield slams I've gotten was kind of nuts. I love it.
Knocking
I
back.
think I'll walk him a little. Take the bots for a walk. Come here. Come here.
I cannot use that item.
Probably should pop a shield wall, right? Or, yeah. Not a shield wall, but... Oh god, health. Didn't have anything with that at all. Just walk him long. Just have him walk for a while. Have him go long. I feel like he just like takes forever. Literally one of the slowest moving bosses I've ever met. We're gonna be getting the big... Yeah, I was gonna say big phase, big phase. There we go. That was fun. That was ridiculously fun. And we did like, what, 100k DPS? So in AoE, I feel like we do really well. That being said, Blister and Scales did a lot of damage. I do wonder if this guy was playing like a Blister and Scales. He was? No wonder it was doing a ton of damage. It's Blister and Scales, man. Look at that. That is so good. Okay, so a lot of my damage is actually not even my damage. So you take 99 mil, or 160 mil, and just subtract 12 million out of it and just give it to the Evoker. So that is kind of nuts, honestly. But that felt great, man. Does the shield slam, that's part of like the Odin Smash, right? That's not even that much AoE damage. Unless I look into like trash damage here, right? For Bromok. It's a bit of damage. It's actually a decent amount of damage. Shield slams themselves just hit really 200Ks. Dude, this class felt great. This was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of it. What do we have? Horn? I don't even know if that's good. But like, all the other guys can't even need it, so... GG's. Appreciate ya. That was fun. That was awesome. Dalaran, why the game hates me? What happened? Why? Why did the game hate you? What do you mean? Archmage DK Warlock, yeah, that's really, really fun. How's Guardian? It's gotten nerfed a little bit, but I think it's still really strong, isn't it? Let me see, like, is it still being, like, represented well in M+? That's what I need to know. Yeah, Guardian's still, like, pretty S tier right now. It's still really good. But, like, I think Demon Hunter could maybe overtake him, even by, like, a hair. Let me see, actually. Raider IO? Mythic Plus? I mean, a lot of these keys were done like an hour ago. I mean, no, Bear is still doing really well. No, I mean, a 31 Nelth was timed with a Bear, a couple of Bears now. Fire Mage still really good. Shatterpriest still really good. Aug is good. Holy Palette Guardian, they can still time keys. Now that they made keys a little bit easier, like people are doing 31s. So you were chilling, honestly. Yeah, I don't think Bear is gonna go anywhere at all. They got nerfed a bit, but like also the key difficulty got nerfed a bit. So I think they're just trying to make other tanks a little bit closer to Bear. So the Bear nerf is more not a nerf to Bear really, but like rather to give other tanks more of an even footing next to Bear. But there's still like, you're still gonna have like that first, second, third, fourth, right? You're just like, you normally like the first spot was just a huge gap away from everybody. The gap is smaller, but like you're still gonna have one tank on top. Just finished raid on Heroic, dropped 3 beacons on roll 3 and 5 and all 3 beacons. No, that is so unfortunate. 1, 3 and 5, man. Wow, you gotta get your rolls, man, a little bit better. You gotta get some better dice. Is this my build? Dahlia's so kind of because of Warlock plays with his feet. I mean, the Warlock at the end of it did do pretty well, right? He did like 100k DPS, so like he wasn't terrible. Like we did do stuff, right? But I don't know, man. I felt like my damage was like a lot better than I thought, I guess. On bosses, I think is where it just like came down. On AoE is where it's pretty good. Like trash damage, oh, look at that. I do love this, the trash damage, but a lot of it is so much scales, dude. It is the blistering scales. That is so strong. I guess especially if you're gonna take a lot of AoE damage like that. That makes all the sense in the world to take it. But like boss damage, you can see like it's pretty bad. Boss damage is pretty bad. Like it doesn't even matter, honestly. Boss damage, just whatever. But it felt great, dude. This class is awesome. I did feel a little bit tankier. I do think like cooldowns are still very important. I don't think like Oh man, maybe I just need to learn like the cooldown rotation, because as a barrier, just like throw your cooldowns kind of in between the stuff naturally, because your cooldowns defensively also make you better offensively. So you just rotate them through, right? Bark skin, and then once that's done, you get yourself Rage of the Sleeper with that big leech and reflect damage or whatever, right? So that's a big defensive as well. And then Incarnation by itself is also defensive. But I kind of wish like Avatar was more of a defensive, you know? Because if Avatar also gave you like 10% damage reduction, like it did for like a bit back in like SL, I think it was the last patch, I thought that was really cool. If that was like part of prod, I think it would have been great. But right now you do get your tier set with the Last Stand, right? You want to use Last Stand as often as possible, have a shorter cooldown. While Last Stand is active, I believe you have like what, defense? Shield Slam does a bit more damage. With Last Stand being out, your shield also has a shockwave of force. Oh, also, yeah, enemy is getting hit by shockwave also do 5% less to you. So like you just want to use that basically in place of what is it, Avatar, or as often as you possibly can. I guess you want to throw everything together really. But I wish like more of your offensive cooldowns came also with the defensive. Like turning a defensive into offensive, I think is a pretty good way of how Field Warriors or Prot Warriors can do it. Like Women Voice makes Demo Shout an offensive ability. You want to use it aggressively. I probably should have used that more often though. Maybe that's what I should do, is I should probably rotate stuff like walk to a pack, Last Stand, next pack, Demo Shout, next pack, wall or something, right? Maybe I just need to have like a defensive plan for every single one of these packs, and it's going to feel better. But I feel like where I started melting on those packs though, some of the early ones, it's just like I walk in, Basilisk, it still deals damage, does damage, and then it just scales up towards the end of the pack. So it's almost like maybe I just need to like figure out the rotation. What do I rotate first? What do I rotate last? And I feel like for Bear, I kind of more or less have it, right? I kind of started with a Bark Skin, and then Rage of the Sleeper usually. And I'm either in Incarn and I'm chilling, or I'm either using a wall after a Bark Skin towards the tail end. And then I got self heals. But with this class, I feel like with Bear, I feel like my damage at intake is not as spiky. With Warrior, I feel like as soon as stuff has fallen off, spikes. You just get spiked. There was a talent you used to play, and I think I still do, right? 10% of damage you deal as to ignore pain. That used to be super, super strong. I think they nerfed it a little bit. But like, it used to feel like you just could maintain ignore pain the whole time while staying aggressive. And I feel like even in an 18, that just doesn't feel like that easy. And I wonder like if that's going to be worse than the 20. I wish I could be a caster, always end up playing melee. I love me melee, dude. Casters are really strong, but I love melee. I like casters, they're fun, but they're just like a little bit of a disconnect when you play a caster. Some mechanics are generally easier as a caster. But like, I don't know, there's something about fun about being in the melee and being like mobile and just being able to like charge and grip people around or shadow step around mobs and like disengage harpoon into things, right? The positional stuff, the mobility, you feel like you get to use that a lot more. As a caster, it's almost like, as a melee, what I like about the mobility of melee is like it's reactive. Things happen, you can use the mobility to adjust and make up that difference, close that gap. And as a caster, I feel like you almost want to use mobility like planning it ahead of time. Unless you're like a mage with shimmer. Hey Dali, just a good every class you play? I'm not really that good, man. You still sit chilling and slamming as soon as I leave. My rogue, I suck. Yo, Paul, my man, dude, it just takes practice. It's not like I picked up a lot of these classes and I'm instantly like mildly okay at them, right? A lot of them I started off, I'm just like, oh, I'm really bad at this, but I want to get better. So then I practice it, I tried, I played it a couple of times, and then I improve and things feel a lot better. And yeah, that's really just what it comes down to. 100k in old deal with an AUG sure is awesome. Oh yeah, no, AUG basically did a lot of the damage for me. Like, let's be honest, right? 100k with an AUG blistering scales, I mean, I felt great. That felt great overall. But like, Pride feels pretty good to play overall. I liked it a lot. I do feel like there's a little bit of panic of like, okay, I'm taking big hits of damage, everything is spiking, and I just got to figure out the rotation of defenses and offenses that I want to use, right? Just learning that, like, what should I use in the opener? And I feel like Demo Shout opener, group mobs up, hit them with that quick Demo Shout, do a bit of damage, and then like rotate into a Last Stand or something, right? Or maybe open up with a Demo Shout and then rotate into a shield wall and just let it hold there for a bit, right? And then start kind of kiting afterwards. So maybe that's what I gotta do. Because defensively, I don't really have a lot of options, do I, right? Just Demo, Last Stand, shield wall. And I can use like shield charge so I can get wall for a good while, right? I just get shield block for a good bit, and then I get more resources, but that's really about it. But in terms of like actual cooldowns, because spell reflection, I don't really count that as like there's something you would, I guess you would not, you wouldn't be able to regularly rotate it, I guess is my biggest thing. It used to be shield block too. For 30, you're able to block spells for 30 seconds, dude. That is so strong. I almost think I want to pick up shield block again, because some of those caster damage, some of the magic damage I take, because let me see how much, can I see like how much damage taken? Damage taken. Like, a lot of it is storming. I wish you could see like the whole thing. Oh wait, yeah I can. So, can I see just the spells? I mean, a lot of it is melee, but like Bolt, it took a lot of hits from that. That's magic damage. Sam Breath, it took quite a bit of damage from Chrono Boss, right? I guess I could see like the whole thing here, yeah. So Storming, which is a good portion of it. Stone Spike, which is just magic damage, cracks right through me. Thunderous Clap, which is also magic damage, I believe. Chain Lightning, I mean, a lot of it is melee, right? I feel like I could like break it down to like magic damage, physical damage, and like all the other stuff. But a good portion of it, like about 4% is Storming, 4% more is Stone Spike, which is magic damage as well. That's about like what, 8%, close to 9%. Thunderous Clap, which is about 3, so it's like 12-ish or something. Rough math here, kind of like adding the 0.7, 0.4 into the 0.4. Chain Lightning, which is like about almost 2%. I guess you should be rounding them, right? Shocking Quake, Stolen Time. I mean, like I'm seeing like about 20% of my damage taken is just magic damage, right? Or more or less. A lot of it is melee for sure, but like I'm really good at blocking it. Magic damage just goes right through me. So I'm wondering if just picking up like, trying to get back to damage zone. I'm wondering if just picking up like, not tough as nails, but like spell block and just rotating that in between of random pulls would just feel like super survivable. You know what I mean? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I might need to mess around with it some more. Because I'm already playing super defensive with Thunderlord, so I'm like using Demo Shout a lot more aggressively, or I can use Demo Shout more aggressively. I could pick up Battering Ram, but I wonder like maybe there's. Let me look, because Subcreation may have some builds that I can take a look into for prot. Like there's a guy that's doing 27s apparently, and they're running. They're actually giving up Show of Force entirely. Revenge. I guess that kind of makes sense to give up Show of Force, though they are running Spell Block. Hold on a second, and they're running this instead for a heal. Hold on a second. They're picking this up so they could do more damage with the shield charge. There are this. They are Shield Slam. This is fine. This is fine. What are they picking up? They're picking up Spell Block. What are they giving up for it though? They're giving a Blood Surge, so less Rage. Interesting. Almost want to do another key as this and try this out. See if this feels better. Battering Ram. Shield Charge, critical chance, and critical strike damage is increased. Shield Charge increases your auto attack damage and speed by 20%. So that actually gives you resources too. Damage and speed. That could be kind of interesting. And I feel like giving up this is not the worst. I mean, Revenge damage increased by 10, Revenge increases damage of next Thunderclap, but like you no longer rotate Revenge Thunderclap, because there are going to be moments where you can't even do that. You need the rage, you need the resources. Makes sense, kind of. Huh. Chad, did we just do another key as prot? I feel like this could work. Look, how you my man. Do you think there's any MMORPG to keep up with WoW right now, gameplay-wise? Like gameplay, like the fast-paced game. I mean, obviously, I would say like a lot of people enjoy like Final Fantasy 14. That's for some, but not for everybody apparently. Gameplay-wise, I feel like that game, and I've said it before, I feel like that game almost has like a little bit of lag, like when you just play. They're just like it just doesn't feel as smooth. Even though I've been told like, oh no, it's smooth, and I'm like, but I want to play it like it doesn't feel as smooth. I don't know, like if you mean like fast-paced. Like everything feels smooth gameplay wise. MMORPG, like wow. I don't know. I don't remember Guild Wars super well. I remember that combat early Guild Wars felt kind of floaty, but maybe they've gotten better. Elder Scrolls Online, maybe? Is that smooth? Because I've seen some of the gameplay like with PvP, and it just feels like everybody's rolling everywhere. But I'm not sure if like it actually might feel smooth like once you get used to it. Just finished Freehold my Rogue 170K's Arcane. Yo, that's super fun. I think it's very good, easy to use Prot Talent setup. You think so? Because I kind of like the idea of like spell block. I think that would be really solid. I mean, 30 seconds of blocking spell damage. I would feel godly, man. Chat, will we do another kiosk prot or will we do play another class instead, man? Because I want to see how like AoE works here with this. Because it should feel pretty good. Hopefully. Oh, AoE damage is great though. Damage definitely feels great. Yeah, damage definitely feels great. And I can kind of go for like, do an avatar at least. I can go Thunderclap into a shield slam or whatever. That feels pretty good. Oh, Demo Shot actually has such a short cooldown. I never realized it. With the Thunderclaps. Oh yeah, avatar is going to feel pretty good though, because you can shield slam, Thunderclap. Shield slam, Thunderclap basically. I can also use that for resources. That feels even better for like maintaining my shield. That feels pretty good, honestly. Go for Monk DPS and see how the decks has become practice. Maybe I could play some Monk DPS. I played Mr. Monk the other day, but we could do Monk DPS. That could be really fun. You know, this feels pretty good actually. Like this playstyle right now. This actually feels kind of good. Like my cooldowns are coming back. I feel like my AoE damage on a couple of mobs feels pretty fantastic. And it feels like I'm generating a lot of resources just because there's a lot more focus on Thunderclapping and Chill Slamming. Yeah, I need to give this a try again in dungeon. And I can always go for that extra shield block against magic damage. That might feel really good. When I get Avatar again, so I can just rotate the two. Chill Slam, Thunderclap. Usually I get the two back to back. Oh my god, the procs. The Chill Slam procs. That's a lot of rage generated, so I could just dumpster all that into what's this, Ignore Pain. So I can have like a fatty shield. So that's actually, I feel like that's pretty nice way to just like adjust the trajectory for more survivable playstyle while also keeping plenty of aggro, plenty of damage, and good cooldown reduction too. You know what, that actually might be the build. I might need to give this a proper go. Or some Affliction Warlocks. I heard they're solid again. Do we play Affy? I'll let you guys decide what we play, man. I'll let you guys decide what we do, because I do want to play more alt stuff. I gotta get my weeklies out of the way. Chat, what do we play, man? Do we do that Warlock potentially? Play me, get some Affliction gameplay in here? Or do we play, or what do we play? Or do we play, what is it? Or Monk? Because I played Mystery with the other day. But we could try Windwalker, man. It's been a good bit since I played Windwalker. I'm playing 10-1-5 as my beloved Assassin we're doing. They're feeling pretty good, Lucky. They're feeling pretty good. We played a key yesterday. Play Assassin just for the fun of it. I would love to do another Mythic Plus as Assassin. Yesterday was a ton of fun, and I would love to give it another go, man. That's what I want on my Dal. So you do shield block for magic damage, but still keep the rage though. No shield like charge. I kind of like shield. You got Ravager thing? What is that? Is that the strength buff for Ravager, or is it like it'll just keep spinning if it kills something? What is that? What is that talent? Hold on a second. Wow, head. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use that talent. What is that? Strength buff? Hold on. What is this thing? This thing. Dance of Death. When your Ravager kills an enemy, it lasts 2 seconds longer and deals 20% increased damage. This effect applies to future Ravagers for the next 2 minutes. if your Ravager helps kill an enemy. Wait, so if Ravager, like if you use Ravager and then you kill an enemy, so if Ravager just hits something, and just place your future Ravagers for the next 2 minutes. Huh. So like your next Ravager will last longer and will hit harder. Is it stacking? Does it stack? That could be kind of neat. Ravager hits someone, you get increased Ravager damage? Or is it when killing it? That's weird. Affy? Chat, what do we do? Warlock, Rogue, or Monk? Which one do you guys want to see, man? Which one do you guys want to see out of those three? I need to mess around with it, man. I haven't got to play Ravager much at all. I've never seen anybody use that talent, though. That's weird. But, like, if it gives you, like, 2-minute buff, and as long as you can use Ravager before the 2 minutes are up, I guess that's value. But, like, is it, like, hard-hitting? I guess it's good in AoE, but, like, in single target, I imagine it kind of falls off. They used it in S1, Season 1. I don't remember using that in Season 1 myself, but I believe you, though. Affy or Windwalker, your choice. Aff? Let's do Aff, man. Let's get the Affy Warlock out of the way. You guys want to join, by the way? Anyone want to get some keys done if I'm going to be doing Affy? Why am I getting these achievements now? Which Draconic was superior. Was there a reset for that or something? Alright, Warlock. Let me go Affliction. Did I get a key down on this thing? Because I think I played it recently. And I don't know if I have a... I do have an Ultimate, actually. We just did an Ultimate, man. I don't know, dude. We just did an Ultimate. Don't want to do another one. I like this. I like this set. I started playing Auguvoker recently on dungeons. I can easily get away with the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, as long as you're putting prescience on people, and as long as you're pressing Ebb and Might, and you're pressing the deep breath ability, and using empowerments inside of your 2 empowerments inside of your might, you're good. You can literally kind of more or less meander and AFK around, and then you just use your like Essence Spender and then Living Flame outside of that. And that's it. And you're like, as long as you can press your buff buttons, you don't even target anybody. As long as you're like pressing them, because they'll just auto target things, you're fine. You actually you're doing okay. You're chilling. So this is a full cleave with a Grim Reach. Is that worth running? I don't even know. What UI you use? With an add-on? I don't use an add-on for UI. I just use like the Blizzard UI frames, and I just have like my own like mode set up for my UI. I just been kind of used to using Blizzard UI for like so long, but I just slightly adjusted it since like last time I played. Wait, why am I doing more damage than a rogue? Wasn't he like super high animal compared to me? Dal Beans, man. Beans amount of damage. But that guy's running Storm Eater's Boon, so maybe he doesn't have that much health over me. Maybe not actually. Maybe not actually. Let's see if we can get in the key, man. I will. Does anybody have a key you guys want to run with? Because I got another Ultimate, but I just did an Ultimate. We could run a second Ultimate. It's just I feel like I'm running way too many Ultimates in a row. You know what I mean? I would get a score out of that one though. I press up a Might, 1 eruption to span some calm points, and then 2 empowerment spells, 2-3 eruptions. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Normally I just like press Ebonite and then I use my empowerments immediately just because they'll sync up better with my empowerment ability, and then I just like afterwards dump my resources into eruptions, and then when I'm out I'm just like living flaming until stuff is back, and that's it. That's really about it. And then honestly it's fine if you end up healing people with like your Healy circle or your like your zoomy heal, like when you zoom over to an ally to give him a heal. That's a Dev Evoker. That's not a real spec anymore. I need an Aug Evoker. Dev. I guess they both have the same talent, don't they? What is he? Okay, we'll look at this guy, right? Because usually you will be running a talent like Scholar Adaptation, so when you heal an ally, the portion of the healing is stored to deal damage or to a next target that you hit with a Living Flame. And then there's also like another talent here. I guess Spanish here can be used for like self-heal, but there's another one. If I can find it. This thing. Casting Emerald Blossom over an Embrace reduces the casting move next Living Flame. And it's actually kind of makes it a little bit more valuable just because like that's your downtime. And this in a way kind of like helps you heal, but also you don't lose out on a cast of Living Flame in a way when running this talent. But also like if you're running this as well, like just being able to like heal somebody when you got absolutely nothing else to press besides Living Flame, you can heal Living Flame, and it's technically a bit more value that way. But if you're running like an Evoker Augie build with like Panacea, maybe like a little bit more of like a Healy playstyle, that ends up being kind of solid. As long as you're not playing into the build where you actually have to use your blossoms on with a resource. As long as you can like cast it once in a while or whatever, that ends up being like the better build, I guess. That's why I get my Ebonite for so long time. The reason why you would use empowerment abilities like instantly after Ebonite, which is what all evokers do, it ends up syncing better together, right, cooldown wise, because of the cooldown reduction that you have for your eruption. You want to cast eruption as soon as possible, or upheaval rather, and then your eruptions help reduce the cooldown of it. But if you use eruption, then upheaval, and then eruption, that is one extra eruption you could have used in order to reduce the cooldown of upheaval, so then things sync up a little bit better. But again, like, play however you like. But that is the reason like why they use one versus the other in terms of like rotation. It's just you gain more value for that CDR specifically. But like if you don't care about CDR, like you can do whatever you want out. Your opponent goes every single dot on your bar, Vile Taint, Soul Rot, and then Dark Glare into Malefic spam. Even in AoE, or is it just single target? That seems fine. Do you just like spam Malefics just whenever you have soul shards, or just like wait until you have a couple of dots? Like, do you just like use that together with Soul Rot or Vile Taint maybe? Let me do this real quick, because Vile Taint is all kinds of weird for me. Let me do this. Bop. Show tooltip. And let me fix it. Let's do a tooltip. 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 Probably actually. Show tooltip. Shadowbolt Legion Strike. That doesn't really need a tooltip, does it? I have my Assassin about 420 item level. I tried doing some plus people don't want me because I'm assassination. I don't know, man. Even if it was like subtlety, it's probably just like realistically, I don't think it would matter. I don't think it would really make that much of a difference realistically, but yeah, they're probably still like, oh, subtlety, that's meta. But like at that low item level, you're not really gonna make even that much damage either, as either of the specs. I mean, it's not gonna be like one is gonna be better than the other in a noticeable way, is the best way to put it. Also, do you run Grimoire right now as Afi for Mythic Pluses? Is that what you do, chat? Also, I need like Grundy or somebody to join me for keys, just so I can get like variety, because I'll get literally the same key. Johnny, do you want to join by chance? You want to do a key together, bud? Are you Grimoire? Yeah, you are Grimoire. Do I want to be Grimoire, or do I not want to swap out a Grimoire? Because I don't remember that being like... I mean, maybe it's good. I have no idea. Increase shadow damage so shadow base gains more value. Is that why? Because of shadow damage? Is that what people play when they play Affy? Because I doubt that a lot of people play Affy. Yeah, Affy is barely played in comparison. Yeah, Grimoire seems to be the play. Yeah, Grimoire does actually get played. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Neat. Although some people apparently play Tormented or Haunted Soul over Grim Reach. Is there a difference? I'm pretty sure people even playing like Dark Harvest. I don't like Dark Harvest. Am I the only one? I feel like this together with this though would be really good on like Tyrannical. But that's another thing. This spec, it feels like Assassination Rogue. As Assassin, you could have the spec for big AoE or big single target, but you never can really do both because you'll do both poorly. You either do single target really well, good AoE, but you'll really lack in the other department, or you'll do half and half and you'll do both poorly. And I feel like this spec is kind of the same. You either do like big AoE and you do that really well and then kind of okay single target, or you'll do like great single target but kind of okay-ish AoE, but you never can really do both. Great. What's the server you're on? My character's Terralium, Illidan. It doesn't make a difference on server though, as long as you're the same region as me. You can literally play as long as the same region. Server doesn't matter. I don't think our server matters in the wild actually. Using sword or dagger on the Warlock. I think right now my weapon I got dagger. just because I got like a wand, but it's not amazing as far as weapons go. Tobas and Lotharis? I mean, I could try Q&O, but like, I don't have much of a key to work with. I don't think I'd be able to like queue into a group as a Warlock. I need to like host my key. Maybe like hosting queue would be faster. Hunt Captain is only ever good if you're doing giga high key. Just for like, when you're just able to dot everything and it just rots for like ever and ever and ever. I could see it. You know what I would love to see for Affliction, by the way? If like Vile Taint's cooldown was shorter, so it wasn't 25 seconds. What's the duration of like an agony? 18 seconds. If this was 15 second TD without tier or anything, that would be so good. You know how Shadow Priest can like throw in a shadowy, what's it called? Shadow Crash? And they can put dots on everybody. I wish this was such a lower cooldown, man. This would be so good. I love Demon Bolt to come back. Deathbolt. Deathbolt, like the PvP talent? Was that a PvE talent at some point? Was it? I don't remember if that was or wasn't. It's unfair they teased that the whole beta and ripped it out. They said it like didn't really fit the playstyle that well. I think it would have been kind of cool like as a bursty ability. But also like I feel like if you're playing a dot class, you shouldn't be worried about burst. It should be sustained. So like I don't want to be that kind of guy that's like, well, I agree with the devs, but like I kind of sort of agree with them in that department. Old PvP talent. Yeah. It felt right for PvP for a good bit, but then they also changed it up with Oblivion just because they wanted some more like hard drain. They buffed us by 40%, by the way. I'm wondering if Warlock's gonna one-shot people with this because it does 10% up to 30% more damage, and it's already doing 118 shadow damage over 3 seconds. Combine that, oh, they don't have the talent anymore. I was gonna say combine it together with another one that also like added extra shadow damage, but you can't do that anymore. So I imagine you just like combine together with UA. That's also gonna do 25% more damage on the target. Or no, it used to be debuff, right? No longer exists anymore, does it? Will this work? Or would it occur more often? Because that could be kind of good if that combines together. I don't know if it does, but they're both like very expensive soul shard wise. But I feel like that could be really strong together with Haunted Soul. Is it hard to find a good for M+ Affliction Warlock? I wouldn't say so. I'm just trying to see if I can maybe get like a key that isn't another what is it? Is another Uldaman. I feel like if this character also had score, it would be much easier. But like I could try to see if it gets enough for some 16s or something and just see if I get in. But like at my low score, I don't think it's gonna happen. So I'm either gonna wait for Johnny or I could just be chilling. It's but no, as Affliction, they're just not meta, right? Warlocks in general are not the strongest for the current like meta of Mythic pluses. As for like if you want to get your 15s done or plus 20s done, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do it as any of the specs in game at all. That being said, the meta so far for PvP Mythic pluses has been Bear Druid, Paladin, Aug Evoker, Fire Mage, Shadow Priest. That doesn't mean it always applies to like, you don't need that combo to do plus 15 or plus 10 or plus 20. Hell, after 25, before plus 25s, your class and spec doesn't necessarily matter. It's more about your routing and how much damage you're doing if you're playing well. What's up, Rob? How you doing, my man? But when you're like the top end of Mythic pluses, right, does trickle down into like more casual gameplay, right? It just happens. So you are gonna have people that are like doing the plus 15s that do want like the meta classes, Fire Mage, Shadow Priest, all that. Not always happens, but it does happen from time to time. As for like Warlocks, where they are in the meta, because again, stuff like that trickles down. If Warlocks are doing really good, then they probably get picked up by Pugs more. I mean, Destro right now seems to be the playable spec. I think there is an Affliction Warlock that is pushing keys up, but he's mostly like in a group with, I think basically it takes up a space of a Fire Mage as he plays a plays a spec of a Fire Mage as he basically plays like DPS with an Augie and a Shadow Priest for the utility they offer, and he basically just takes his spot. See if I can find him. I'm trying to see if I can just scroll through like top. Seeing if his name pops up. But I just have to go look at by spec. That might be easy just by spec actually. Felt like that was a waste of time. Affliction, Nick Bolts. That's the guy, I think. Yeah, like he's doing plus 30. Like his highest skill has been a plus 30. 14 hours ago. But yeah, basically takes out a spot with like a fire mage with an augie, shadow priest, holy pally, guardian druid. But then there's also like logs and stuff of people playing them too. Ellis Shaman will take the spot of Fire Mage 717. I don't know. Some people said maybe enhancement, because enhanced does a lot of AoE damage. You would think Elemental would take a spot, but Elemental isn't like played often, which is sad, man. I do find it a little bit sad myself, honestly. I would love for Elemental to be played a lot more, because it's so much fun. It is such a good spec. At least I think it's a really good spec. Jake, you said what, haste heavy and mastery, or mastery heavy gems with haste on the side? Yeah. Because I do still need to get gems in this guy. I don't know if I'll have enough gold to buy all my gems, but like maybe, right? Maybe they're low enough. Mastery heavy. Not these. We need Keen. Ooh, maybe I have enough for 3. Oh, just enough. Just enough. Okay. Dude, all of my ults are just scrapping for gold. This is so bad. Keen Esmeralda. So you're saying haste heavy over mastery? Isn't mastery really good? Because Keen Esmeralda just a little bit more haste. It's so dependent. Okay, I'm just gonna pop this in. I'm just gonna pop this in anyway. A little bit extra mastery doesn't hurt. Because I have quite a bit of haste. I could always do more. Could always do a lot more. But once I get a bit more gold, I can always restructure the character a little bit. Beaston, how we doing, my guy? We're still getting done in Altharis. Are we almost done, Skin, my guy? Or should I just queue up? Because it should be close to done, yeah? I would love for Elish Shaman to take the spot, though, Amok. I would love it. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Heading to the final boss? Alright, we'll just wait then. We'll just wait so we can queue up together. I was getting mixed up last season. Yeah, I go mastery heavy. Okay, I was gonna say for a second. Alright, so how do I play this spec, man? Oh, I do find it a little bit weird as Affliction. Because you have to, let me get the pet up and running, and then sacrifice it. Feed it to the book. I do find it a little bit awkward when it comes to using my Vile Taint. So you said all dots. Every single dot in the world. And then we cleave. And then we just... Also, I need to use a hunt. We'll just cleave an AoE. Agonies, man. Resetting agonies is going to be kind of annoying. Having to refresh every single one of them. Because I feel like I got to do it like super early. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. Had to do a... What is it? Had to use my refresh on the agonies, and then Vile Taint basically came back. Wait, so can I just Vile Taint after my first pet? Is that better? Look, I'm just agonying. Vile Taint, and agony is falling off. That's so sad. And I have Vile Taint back. I feel like I should use that. But it's like basically as soon as the dots are falling off, I just have to I almost like don't want to use Vile Taint ever. I almost don't want to use Vile Taint, man. I really don't want to use it. Is this just me? Because I feel like Vile Taint, look, my agonies are falling off. I can at least keep like maybe all my dots on the primary target. But look, as if I just were to go like actually resetting all my Vile Taints back or agonies back and everything, Vile Taint is back by then. I don't know, man. This feels weird. This feels weird. This feels awkward. So I can see what some Warlocks have been saying then. Like, this would be a really fun spec if I could just maintain agony without, like, cause like what do you do? I guess you would just set up agonies back up and the Vile Taint is back by the time you're done setting back up. Like, do you just hold it at that point? That feels so awkward. I feel like they just need to shorten the cooldown so you can just maintain them at all times. I don't like Vile. What I think they should do is like Shadow Crash for Shadow Priest, right? Whenever you run Shadow Crash, that basically is gonna cover your VT and pain. You don't have to refresh VT and pain. You can just throw Shadow Crash and that's gonna refresh it. I feel like Viletain should do the same, right? So it's almost like you could replace Viletain with Agony in most like Mythic Plus scenarios. As long as you can Viletain, re-Viletain things, Agonies are maintained. How nice would that be? Oh my god, how nice would that be? Oh my goodness. That is one of the criticisms that I had of the spec. Like a week ago or so, right? When I did my video of like which classes I want to see revamped in the future. And I feel like Affliction Warlock, there's just so much goodness to it. There's so much cool stuff. Like I feel like I really want them to just really dive more into dots. I'm ready? Alright, cool. What key do you have, by the way? How do I invite you? Let's do this. We'll do Dal. Do you have like an ult that has like a 17 or 16 that you want to just toss? Beast? Okay, that could work too. I guess we could try queuing up together. I think they'll still take a look at my score and Adamo and they'll be like, you know what? I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this dude. You know what I mean? What key do you have on this guy? Because didn't we scuff up a Nest Slayer 19? I don't want you to scuff your Nest Slayer because we already scuffed your Freehold 20 just literally the other day. Let's try to see if we can just like sign up for like a 15, 16, 17 just so I can get like a weekly out of the way. I don't care. We'll just try to see if we can find one, yeah? Like a Freehold. Like how bad could it be? Maybe they'll take us. Maybe they'll take us. Maybe they'll be fine with it. Or maybe like an Atharian's Lair. How bad could it be? It's tyrannical? Or is it fortified? It's fortified, right? It's fortified. There's another Freehold. Maybe we get in our foot through the door early. Maybe that'll be fine. Potentially. Dirty Burst? I mean, we'll see, you know what I mean? We'll see. As a protection warrior, I did feel like that burst felt dirty. As Affliction, we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll be alright. I'm just not used to it at all. You know? Another ability that I feel like just doesn't get that much use is Soul Swap. Like the idea to just swap your dots onto a second target. I think it's really cool. I feel like I should just copy at this point though. Like, because I know there's some Soul Swap tech that Warlocks are using or whatever to maximize like their dots or something. But it's just like, I almost feel like you should be able to put your dots on the second guy, take them, copy them. You know what I mean? I'm going to test out BM. BM, they're actually really, really good. I feel like I played with a BM when I was doing my, is this a 16? I'm just going to reset up. I was doing Assassination 20, and there was a BM hunter in that group too. And that went really well. Really well. So I enjoyed the hell out of it. And BM popped off too. Do you know the BM, apparently their damage that you do when you're buffed by an evoker doesn't count towards the evoker at all? Like, it actually would. It actually would be so much damage for the evoker to buff a hunter. But because cleave doesn't do anything, doesn't count towards it, it doesn't translate towards evoker damage. Neither does Blade Flurry. Blade Flurry, it still does amp up the rogue's damage and the rogue is cleaving, but that damage amp from Blade Flurry doesn't go back to the evoker. So in logs, it looks like evoker's doing worse because they're playing with the rogue. As a group, you're still doing better damage, but in the logs, it looks like evoker's doing worse with the rogue than they would with the mage. So this is how evokers are trying to get the best parts, is put it on the classes that do end up having the damage returned back to them. So some classes you would actually just avoid buffing entirely. So in a Mythic Plus, going with Outlaw, you actually could do a lot of damage with it. That spec could do a ton on like 3 targets, 4 targets, 5 targets, up to 8 targets. And that's literally the cap. But like, you don't really want to play with an Outlaw. You'd probably rather play with Sub at that point, just so you can look better on the logs. It's just like so weird, man. You know how like, we all knew that people really caring about like, oh, why do people care about the parses and the logs and stuff like that? We're going down that line of thought of, oh man, it's gonna be our downfall. People caring too much about the big numbers. As Affliction, you can do 500, 600k birds depending on what dungeons you're in. feel like BM is a bad rep right now. Yeah, BM just like, you don't really see him a lot. I feel like you see marksman if ever. And then maybe a little bit of survival, but like only a little bit. BM is a fun class. I think it just needs like, it needs a bit of an overhaul. Like every single hunter class needs a bit of an overhaul. A lot of people like marksman back during Legion with the vulnerability mechanic. Maybe they could come back with that. A lot of hunters I know that don't like rapid fire and like how it works or whatever. Like they just don't like it to begin with. So maybe that could be a bit of a restructure. I think survival could use a restructure just because certain talents just don't work well together at all. So that could probably benefit highly from something like that. We're just not getting a lot of bites, boys. I'll try like 17. I don't think 17 is gonna make our chances any better. But like, who knows, maybe, right? Maybe. Because 16's not taking us. Worst to worst, I do have a key on this guy, so we could do it. It's just another older one. But I don't want to waste you guys' time too much. I'm gonna sign up for these guys to see where it goes. Are you gonna try hardcore? I'm thinking about it, Lonnie. I'm not sure yet. Like, I tried playing classic when it first launched. I got to level 52. I want to say 54, but pretty sure it's 52, and that's where. Because I was running around like in some of the more later areas, and it's just like quest progression was super slow, and I wasn't leveling with anybody else. I think that would have probably helped my enjoyment in the game. I think I'll mess around with hardcore, but as for like really playing it and really diving deep, I'll give it a try, but I just don't think I will end up diving that deep into it. You know, we'll just see. We'll see. I'll give it a try. Are you guys playing it though? What would be nice, a place with little add-ons disabled for everyone? I don't know. I feel like people would always have found a way to include add-ons as part of the gameplay in one way or another, right? Everybody wants to do the best numbers, and people are so data-driven in WoW. I feel like that would have been the natural order of things. Even if add-ons were like banned, I feel like people would have found a ways to like maximize their data-driven choices, you know? It's just like, it's just something that naturally was spawned, and I don't think, even if you were to have like Blizzard ban add-ons from the get-go from day one and be super strict about them from the start, I feel like that environment of data-driven stuff would have still flourished in WoW as it did like way back in the day. And add-ons also gave people a lot of customizability. There's a lot of cool add-ons like to track rares on maps and give you alerts for stuff and make organizing your bags easier. Like there's a lot of cool stuff that people have been able to contribute that has actually progressed the game. Like, you know, like this used to be an add-on to tell you like your gear score became an item level. A lot of the stuff like in terms of like the bags we have now, that used to be an add-on before anything, right? UI and how you can customize it, that was just what add-ons did until they became part of the base game, you know? And it's just like, I feel like the game wouldn't have been the same without them. That being said, I do think if we just didn't like I think damage meters for the most part is where things got really weird, right? Less focus on mechanics, more focus on the damage meter specifically. But I think that would have just been, again, competitive environment. That would have also have naturally flourished, I think. Either way, right? Natharis? I don't know if let's try Natharis. I'm just not getting a lot of bites. Not with this guy that has like 1,000 score, man. Not happening. I rolled a party and I couldn't find a good weapon after 45. I rolled a pally and I couldn't find it. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure your leveling experience would have slowed down by that point, right? I imagine like dungeons would have been the play, yeah? Or something else. I wouldn't even know where we go from there. But yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough. I imagine like your whole progress would just like slow down, Charlie. No levers? Yo, I'll be that no lever you need. I mean, we'll do Natharis, but like Freehold would have been good too. Oh, we actually got a group. We just need a tank and we'd be good to go. I'm gonna start heading that way then. I actually got like a 2+ of this guy. First time for everything, boys. If I play classic, if it wasn't really the same as it was 18 years ago, sadly, it's a no. I feel like if they adjusted classes for classic and they made leveling a little bit quicker, I mean, I think part of the whole hardcore is to make leveling as challenging as possible, as difficult as possible. So you wouldn't really want to make it faster, right? Because of the whole point of like, it's the hardcore challenge. After I hit level 72 my Evoker, my friends pushed me through Abyss, Heroic, and Dawn of the Infinite. Got 430 out of level in 2 days. Yeah, if you get yourself a pre-made group for Dawn of the Infinite, you're sitting at 430 and everything besides rings and necks. And if you do full Heroic Abyss and get all the loot that you can, If you get some decent trinkets, some decent X, I mean, you're 430. You just gotta take that gear and amp it up with like, crests. So honestly, you're chilling, dude. That's awesome. How you liking it? Is there a big rare here? People actually doing this? Or they just like spawn them and then leave them? No, they just spawned more Chuck and left him. The hell? I miss this place when people used to be out here, man, all the time. I feel like this place, nobody's out here anymore. You're in the early Dragonflight, everybody were out doing all the world stuff. All the time, constantly. But now it's like you're in Draken or you're doing dungeons or maybe like doing some side stuff. Here's the mobile worm and aspect crest I got from the raid in the mega dungeon, crafted rings the neck. That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's cool, man. Level 08 Hordes to 60. Bro, that's a lot. That's a ton. Yeah, I need to just focus on like one character and hopefully like a character that's kind of easy to level. I did end up leveling a paladin in Wrath. Like at some point I was just like chilling and nothing was going on. I think it was either during End of Shadowlands or at some point through Dragonflight I was just like, I think it was when they announced like Wrath and announced Fresh Realms. And I was just playing the paladin in my free time, like when I was waiting for like a video to render. And on the YouTube side, it was like forever to process stuff. So I would just like level a paladin and end up getting to like level 70. I want to say 1 at the very least. I was in Wrath Lich King areas. Or no, maybe not even 70, maybe like 69, because you could go there at 68 or 70. I don't remember. What's up, my guy? You're having a good one. 1 to 20 was the same length as 20 to 40, if not a bit longer than 20 to 40. Is it actually? I guess if you're like super efficient, I could totally see it. Let's get these guys in here then. Honestly, we just need like summon one of them and we could just go inside if we wanted to. BM Boomkin, I guess, unless it's a feral druid. It is a boomy. I feel like this is going to be a weird composition. Boomkin, feral druid, and I don't know, Boomkin, Affy, BM. I feel like it's going to be weird. Smash the like button, peeps. Yo, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Alright, let's go inside. Level is as slow as you think it was. But then I guess the question is like 1 through 20, wasn't that like really slow as well? I don't remember it, man. I just remember like, I don't remember Classic at all, I guess. Let's be honest here. I don't actually remember Classic that well. Not anymore. There we go. I think I'm ready. One of these and we'll be good to go. Mounts of 40. Yeah, mounts of 40 felt weird and they're expensive as hell. Unless you were like ahead of the curve. If you're just playing and you're just like spending gold on abilities that you don't necessarily need, but you just kind of want. And then you're like, oh, it does get better at a certain level because then weapons are like a couple of gold each. And then you get your mounts very, very quickly. Very, very, very quickly. I feel like I should wait until we pick up like more mobs, yeah? Maybe this will be good? I think so. Actual AoE damage. Yeah, and I think I want to save one of my soul shards for this one. Yeah. Yeah. I think I want to swap this over whenever I can. I mean, we're doing kind of damage. Sort of kind of doing damage. Also, I need to use my execute a lot better. Like, actually use the execute. Because Because if I use drain at the right time, I could just kind of get myself more soul shards and more resources. If I can go into a trash pack with a bunch of resources ahead of time, that would be better than no resources at all. Oh, that's actually a lot of mobs. Hold on. Big AoE, hopefully. And if I could just cleave a bit. You know, the damage is actually not terrible. It's just not nearly as high as I wanted it to be. But it's not terrible. Oh, you know another thing that I'm gonna miss about not being having a pet? Not having a pet too, while I'm at it. When you have a pet, I'm actually just gonna agony these things down. Or drain? I'm draining the wrong guy. Having a pet allows you to kick while also casting other spells. I feel like that's really, really nice. Please, please, just let me get some aggro, please. Not aggro, but line of sight for like a second. Hold on, stun. I think I'm hitting the wrong guy. I'm not hitting the thermocharge, the thermometer. Yeah, the AoE damage kind of falls off after a while. It was 100 gold. No, that mount on top of it too. Like, are you calculating that into it? Or is it like two altogether with the mount? It was 100 gold. Because I think the license was 1. Mount was a little bit extra gold on top of it. All of it was just expensive either way. At least the very first time I played it. Maybe like if I play it now, it'll feel a lot less expensive. But I remember the first time I played it, definitely felt like it was a lot. Felt like it was a commitment. I need to do better at keeping my what it's siphon life on the target. I'm really bad at that. Also, do I want to like sync up the soul rot together with the other stuff? Or is it fine if I don't, if I kind of like desync them a little bit? Oh my, it doesn't even matter. I do think that I'm going to be some optimization questions I'm going to need from your Jake at some point. I did so many, my 70 hordes of 1 through 60, like relatively fast. I'm a hunter that accidentally allowed call away, huh? How long did it take you? Like per character though? Just hours. No matter capture and rotation, I am trying to use it as more often as possible. In AoE, I think you use it on like 3 targets, but like beyond that, I think State of Corruption or even like a 2 targets are probably better to Malefic, right? Or maybe I got it wrong. How big are we pulling? Oh, pull these, yeah. I don't know if I should be pulling for the tank or not. He might be one of those guys that doesn't like that.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
I feel like I'm missing a lot of that value in AoE. Yeah, kinda. Trying to keep some agonies rolling, as many things as possible. Don't I only need like agonies on like a handful of mobs? Like just on a couple in with chillin'? Or should it be a lot more aggressive with my agonies? I'm not sure, that's the thing. Not sure. But I'm pretty sure there's like almost like a diminished returns on how many like enemies you want to have infected with agonies, because there's only so many soldiers you can get out of it. Oh, that's actually that's my fault. I didn't even notice it. Hi, what's up, Redo? How you doing, my man? Let's deleted the spell. Which one, Malefic? I mean, I feel like if they did, it wouldn't be the worst, right? Replace that with just more UAs that you can slap up. I do like just a plain old, just get yourself a one good UA. I went to like put up a bunch of UAs, doesn't feel that great in my opinion. But like, there's better ways of going about it, I think. You know? I probably should have saved it for a little bit later. Is he gonna do the big AoE pull? I'm kind of stun him real quick. Trying to go to chains. I should be doing chains though, shouldn't I? Oh. Chains do so much damage. Yeah, I definitely should be doing chains then. That's not like I'm doing damage anyway, dude. Chains, just let them do work. Won't even need me then. If you're gonna pull him back, then I can do the chains, but until then, it's gonna be a little rough. Dude, this is actually so much damage taken. Ow. I'm actually dodging speed this time. This one I'm dodging. Actually dodging that time around. Last time I didn't. Yeah, everything is starting to die little by little. I feel like this is where like the spec needs like big AoE pulls. Like if you get a bunch of phoenixes in all around these dudes, right? And phoenixes explode and you get that shadow flame AoE damage soul flame. I feel like that would work really, really well. But in this kind of scenario where we're just pulling like 4 mobs, 5 mobs at a time that all live about the same, maybe that's where the spec is gonna fall off. Doesn't feel as good compared to Demonology though. 8 plated, 6 full 8 royal, 8 geared. Hunter 10 days played. I mean, that's still a commitment though, isn't it? That's still quite a bit of commitment. I feel like I burned a lot of time into Baldur's Gate 3 recently. I definitely do have the time to be able to burn all that into the classic as well. Do I want to though, I guess is the question. That is the question at the end of the day, is do I really want to though? I think I'll give the game a try. I'll give Classic Hardcore a proper go. And we'll just see how it goes. I'm not gonna make any commitments or anything. I'll give it a try. If it's fun, I'll keep playing it. If it's not that fun, I'm just gonna drop it. Had to borrow gold from a wife to that's my first bout. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people had to do that. I also didn't have to start with like a lot of too much gold spending at the very early days. I had a buddy of mine who was playing on the same server as me, and he basically gave me a bunch of bags off the bat. So it was really, really nice. He just ended up crafting them. And during the early days, so you don't have to keep going back to the town or whatever. That was huge. Let's get poured over. I need to wall this. I'm really bad at maintaining my dots. Like they're up, but I feel like their uptime is still really, really poor. And my life captures are definitely not hitting for me nearly as hard as like some of the other warlocks I know, like some guildies or whatever. But that's probably like down to just like my dot. I don't know how to do the dot uptime like with Affliction at all. This was definitely not the spec, man. This was not the play. Hold on, maybe we could go like Dark Lair. At least like proper Dark Lair in AoE. I probably was a little too much commitment. Yeah, 2 minutes a little much, I think. That wasn't worth. Maybe I should have waited a little bit longer. Like at least the queue will get done. Madrid was 42 they plays 42 days. Is that like max level 2? Not like leveling, right? Because I was able to just build up like at least like what 200 hours in Baldur's Gate over the time that the game released. That's quite a bit of commitment. I want to see if I can do it like this. Grab this and then port. Hopefully get a bunch of them. Yeah, there we go. I'm actually useful, boys. Actually useful that time around. Except in the bursting. That I'm not useful there at all. Max level of the working. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Oh, these guys are CCable with Mortal Coil. For some reason, I thought they wouldn't be. I just want to burn a Mortal Coil just to get myself, like, some survivability. Oh, TBC plate attached to it? Wait, does the whole TBC time plate attached to it? Oh, okay, I guess it's everything. Okay. Fair. So is there any other special rules for Classic Hardcore, like for vanilla period, like patch 1.4? Is there anything extra that they've added? Like anything changed at all? Or is it just like basically the same? Just that whole, if you die, you die kind of deal? Or do they make any class changes whatsoever? Because I was thinking to myself, like, that would be a good time to make any kind of class changes, if at all. I'm dead, unless I get a heal. I got nothing. All I can do is pump right now. Damage-wise, actually, hold on. I could do one of these. That was actually good damage. Hold on. Maybe that's what I need to do is spend my soul shards like a lot more aggressively to get myself the pet up a lot more often. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Gonna give myself a big heal just so I can hold it.
Charging. Move.
Is he pulling more? Looks like he's walking in that direction, but maybe. I'm dead. Unless I get a heal.
Watch your step.
Yeah, that's all the dots. Wait, that's 2 targets. I need to switch.
Watch your step.
Can I just like dot 2 maybe? Dude, I'm so bad at Affliction. All I got is questions. None of this feels intuitive in terms of like dots and stuff. Man. Jake, is this normal for Affliction to feel that way? Or is it intuitive for you? I feel like it's just a me issue at this point. I'm starting to think it's just a me issue. But this starts to feel... I remember playing this before, like, on the beta and stuff. And this felt pretty good. But, like, I think it was busted on the beta, wasn't it? It was, like, much easier to just, like, put up dots and then just spam seed. They changed this a lot, I think. I mean, maybe just me, man. Maybe just me, but, like, this feels weird. This feels different. Because I remember this used to be, like, really, really nuts. Release Evoker Tank? Yo, one day, man. Yeah? One day, Parth. One day. No, it's not true. That is not true. If that's the, what is it, that one Twitter post you're talking about, that was fake. That was fake. They just made it for funsies. They literally just made it just for fun. Because they're frustrated with Evoker. With him being Augie. FB, dude, dude, there'll be a Dalaran video on it. As soon as they make Evoker into a tank spec, you would have me let you know. Insta, dude. Day 1. Hold on, let me drop one of these real quick. I find it interesting still that I hit to someone Wrath Lich King is the same, not higher PM than Fury Warrior and Havoc. I need to see what that rotation is like, because I don't believe you off the bat. Like, maybe it is, but like, because I remember in Cataclysm they did have like a pretty big rotation, but I would need to know more. Is it what I remember? It was basically like it was in Kata. Because in Kata it was definitely a lot going on, but I need to see it. Like, I need to actually see like a rotational like video or something. I don't play Wrath, so like, if you got a video or something, you could throw it on Discord. I'm just going by like the thought process of back in the day versus current. I feel like this is the fastest class I've ever felt. Because like Fury Warrior is Carpal Tunnel. But it's like in a fun way. But it is Carpal Tunnel. And so is Demon Hunter. Like, there's a lot going on. Plus momentum when you're zooming all over the place. Not only do you have to like hit your buttons fast enough, but also not develop a vertigo mid a boss fight. That's the hardest part, dude. That is the hardest part. Also, do I want to spread a couple of Siphon Life at all in AoE, or is it just like, do I ignore this ability in AoE? So let's do my pet. I'll throw a metal on it and clip it. Yeah, go for it. If you also, do they have like a true GCD in Wrath as well? Because if you have a true GCD, so I can actually see like what your buttons are for every bit of rotation, that would be a different story. Like actually being able to see the rotation itself. I think that would help a ton. Are we not doing the other side? I'm so used to doing the other side. I'm hoping we'll scuff it up now. Oh shit. I was trying to face it towards the shaman where they could just stand and chill. But instead I just basically gave him like an obstacle course with that one. I don't like this about Affliction, like just being able to move and reapply your dots. That's super, super helpful. Just that play style. Where dots are kind of important and just being able to run around and reapply them isn't the worst. Yeah, if I face that towards you, like put my left side facing you, then you could just chill over there. Oh, okay, that's not safe. I gotta set up another port now. I feel like this guy's gonna run me out of space. If I'm not careful. Okay, please don't miss. Please. Oh, that feels so bad. Oh, I felt so bad, chat. You have no idea. Hold on. Let me explain. So when you get that one big proc for like drain, it's gonna hit harder and faster or whatever. That's what just happened. Like this big drain. Had that while I had to move at the same time. It felt terrible. Dude, this spec, I don't know, man. I'm just not connecting with it. Let me do this here though. Insta. Hop it like over here maybe. How do I do this? There we go. Takes me a second, but there it is. Sorry about that. Hype for you, PvP Friday. Yo, Lisa, I am hoping we'll have the boys there for it because it's going to be hardcore classic. I don't know how many of my boys in the community are going to be playing it. I'm hoping some, because I know Krager said, I was talking to Krager the other day, he said he's going to go hard with it. But I'm hoping there'll be enough homies that will show up Friday and Saturday. Lisa, you're more than welcome to help reinforce some of those numbers, yeah? Affliction Warlock gets some nice buff. Demon Warlock cast time for long for me. Demon Warlock, I like Demon Warlock because cast times with Shadow Bolts are annoying, but eventually once you get your army rolling as your pets die, you're getting Demon Bolt procs constantly. So I feel like that offsets it a lot. Affliction, I have a hard time. I'm telling you right now, chat, I'm having a hard time grappling with this spec. I think it's just mostly me just not really fully getting the timing on the dots and all that. And it's probably like mistiming on cooldowns, but I'm struggling here, man. I want to like the spec, and I remember having a lot of fun with it back in the beta. But I am definitely struggling here. I'll be honest with you boys. But I'm glad there's some of you in here that do like it a ton. Oh, that's another thing I should be doing is Siphon. I probably should do that a lot more often. But like timings, I don't know on the spec at all. None of them. And I feel like that would help if I knew my timings a little bit better. I just gotta let the chat pick what I'm playing for the day. If you do a big pull, I can do that. Like if this guy just wants to pull more. I'm comfy with that. That feels even better, actually. I believe in hit hard in PvP is the biggest buff. Yeah, that was... Oh, I'm so excited for that, man. I am excited for that one. That's gonna be great. I'm hoping we'll see Tagsy or something tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but in like, what, 2 days? I would love to have my boy Tagsy pop back in. The Affliction Warlock Master, man. That'd be so good. But we'll see. Maybe we'll have like Chrysler pop in too, playing some Affliction. But that's awesome. I have to hear that. Such a punishing rotation and mana intensive. Yeah, I gotta peep it, man. You gotta show me. I want to see. The mana intensive part, I do believe that, because I know that mana stuff has always been like a proper resource, all up until like Cataclysm is when it became like less of importance, or for a lot of classes it became like a lot easier to manage. Trying to maintain my dots on everything as best as I can, as well as my debuffs. Trying to get executes where I can. Yeah, I feel like my damage this run has been just pretty cheeks. I'm not gonna lie. Affliction is not for me, I think, unless I get some practice with it. And I used to like this spec a lot too. So I'm actually a little sad. It feels like losing a friend. No way. Okay, hold on. Wait, that actually might be the perfect weapon, but Tukes. Wait a second. I think I know where you get it to, actually. Lightning Jabber? I think I know. I need to find a treasure, by the way. Is there any more? There's one back there. Okay, so I have no treasure. I'm gonna hope that everybody grabbed theirs. Okay, I gotta move. Well, this is the most amount of damage that I can do. 157k, yeah, this is just not working for me. Luster no Lust, we did Lust at the end there. But yeah, normally I prefer, like, with groups, if they Lust, like, before the shield comes out. But also my trinket's a little scuffed. I don't know, I keep trying to, like, make excuses for, like, Affliction Warlock, like, oh, my trinkets are a little scuffed. Maybe that's what this spec isn't doing well. But, like, as soon as I switch over to Destro or Demonology, like, this thing feels a lot better. I don't know. Definitely not the spec. It's definitely me. It's a me issue. I do like the mobility of it, though. That's great. How is my overall? It's bad, isn't it? 90? I am surprised as high as 90. 90 isn't high, but I'm surprised it beat the Bunkin. What? Wait, Doom Blossom is so good! I never even thought about it. Wow, wait, that's actually so good compared to my rest of my damage. That's insane. I love it. I'm so glad they buffed this ability. Wow, wait, this actually could be pretty good. I just need better gear. And I need to, like, proper rotation. GG's. TY4 group. These guys definitely did take us with, like, I have, what, 1,000 score? And now 1,046. Huge. Big ups, boys. Thank you, Beast, for joining, by the way. Hold on. Wait, that's huge. I think I know where to get it to. Yeah, I think we'd be nuts. 3 threes, Devin? Now? I mean, maybe why not, right? It's not like I have much of a score for threes, though. Mostly solo shuffle. Have you ever tried Darkglare Cleave build? Like a threes? Darkglare Cleave, that's what I've been trying right now. The Darkglare Cleave. This used to be the strongest thing in the world. Like way during early alpha beta. And I think they ended up nerfing it by a ton, didn't they? This used to be all you needed as a Warlock too, man. Just play Warlock, get your pet. No, wasn't it with Covenant abilities too? Is that what it was? Did you do threes or just watch 5-5, whatever it is? Sorry, I just watch 5-5s. Do I do threes? I usually do solos. Like actual threes, I haven't done in a good while. Usually solos are much easier, man. Much easier to get into. Just cause like looking for people in pugs. I think it'd be fun with friends, just like doing some threes. But yeah. I love the Star Wars intro. Yeah, I'm not the one who made it. That's a viewer made it a while ago. One of the summers when we started streaming on YouTube, and I just kept it since they made it, and it's really funny, and the community loves it, so I just kept it. I thought of replacing it before, with like make it more thematic, right? Make it more with the times or whatever. But it's just like an old intro, and I just haven't changed it whatsoever. Glad you like it though. I miss it being meta, huge bumps. Dude, it just needs a bit of a rework, man. Okay, so some of the reworks that it needs. I heard Kalamazi say this, and I agree with him 100% on this as well. Vile Taint needs to work like Shadow Crash, where it needs to have a shorter cooldown, and your agate needs to be long enough, and Vile Taint cooldown needs to be short enough, where you can just throw Vile Taint in AoE packs and maintain agonies at all times. Because maintaining agonies with Vile Taint, you'll throw Vile Taint, you're fine. But then you need to reapply your agonies again, and agonies so much of your damage too. Like overall throughout the dungeon, that is a huge portion of your damage. Look at it. It's really, really good. It's a strong dot. Perfect. Doesn't feel old. It feels I'm glad that it doesn't, man. I'm glad that it doesn't. I thought it maybe updated the songs or updating some of the visuals of it, but I just kept it as is. It feels bad. Yeah, oh my god. Because it's like for me right now, like with the way that I'm setting it up, Vile Taint is coming off as the dots are falling off, and they're stacked dots too, man. It takes a while to get them going, and like you're trying to get a bunch of them rolling on as many mobs as you can, but oh my man, they need to. I don't know what they need to do damage wise. They gotta find a way to like, hey, while you're running Vile Taint, maybe make it so that agonies do less damage, like a soft cap or something, right? After 8 targets, every single agony is not as effective. Fine, whatever you gotta do to make it like balanced, but like make it easier for you to spread dots. Because I feel like dots take such a back seat for Warlock too. Like Seed of Corruption does a lot of damage. Dew Blossom is a proc. Vile Taint does a bit of damage. Corruption, I mean, like even in single target, right? Feels like dots take like a pretty big back seat. Hold on, maybe not this boss, yeah. Maybe like this guy. He's just pure single. There we go. Pure single target. I guess like UA does quite a bit of damage, right? But then it's like Agony, just a little bit of dot. Vile Taint, a little bit of dot. Corruption, Siphon Life. They're just there to mostly buff up Malefic Rapture, which I'm not playing super well at all, by the way. Maybe this boss would be a little bit better. Yeah, like Malefic Rapture is a huge portion of your damage for the most part. And then you have the Dark Lay, which does a lot. And that's gonna take like a backseat. Like they're good, but they do take a backseat. You know, even Assassination has like more dot damage nowadays with like Ruptures and Garrotes and Crimson Tempest and stuff. Even in AoE, right? It's all dot. You're a fan of Knives in dotting everything, and it's just like they're just rotting things down. You know? I don't know. I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer and sound like a Debbie Downer, but it's just like it's almost perfect. Almost perfect. It just needs like a refresher for its talents a bit, right? To feel like a Red Pally. What Red Pally's got for the refresher. But yeah, it just, I think they could do it. And I'm hoping they announce something cool for Warlocks for like A2. Because it doesn't look like we're getting a big class reamps for like 10.1.7. But for 10.2, A2, 10.2, I feel like that'll be the time to do it, man. That'll be the perfect opportunity for it. You know? We'll see. Destro, I feel like, is another spec that needs a bit of refresher. Demo did get a bit of changes to talents. And like the stuff they did for Affliction, like with Doom Blossom and this, that is awesome. I love that. I like that a lot. Like what they did here with Xavier's Gambit and then Doom Blossom Dread Touch. Big fan. Awesome stuff. The fact that they brought in Soul Swap at some point, awesome. I like it too. I think it's really, really good. Just the idea behind it. You know? It's just like Pandemic Invocation, I feel like it's there, but I feel like it's just like, I don't know how many people take it. Maybe it's really good in single target, but it, like timing and refreshing your dots, it's not a terrible like mechanic, but I feel like its rotation can definitely get really, really busy, and this does not help it super well with the resources that it gives you and whatnot. Like Soul Red is fine, but like this is not nearly as strong as it was back in the day. Wrath of Consumption, I would love for that to be really, really good though. Like, so it has a bit more single target value, but also good AoE value. This also doesn't feel terrible. This actually feels pretty good to play. I feel like they're so heavy around Drain Soul. I almost wanted to like redesign Shadow Bolt a bit so it feels better to play Shadow Bolt. Like if you could just move while casting Shadow Bolt, I feel like that would probably solve it, right? Drain Soul, stand still, or Shadow Bolt on the move. That would be kind of nuts. Because then you could just never have to interrupt the rotation or barely ever interrupt the rotation. Or maybe give Shadowbolt like, I don't know, like a cooldown, make it instant cast. I don't know, right? Just something so you can weave it into a rotation fairly easily in one way. Maybe put like a 3-second cooldown, so like Shadowbolt dot dot Shadowbolt dot dot, and that could be kind of maybe interesting, sorta. I don't know. Agonizer Corruption, that's also another one that I really like the idea of, where Cedar Corruption Explosion increases stack count of Agony, so you can ramp up your dots really quickly. It's just you can't maintain them at all because of this. Wild Taint. Link of the clip should drop in the channels, make an audio fully muted just on gameplay. Yeah, I can do that. I just want to see what it looks like. Where should I drop it? Anywhere, honestly. Just general, I think it's fine. I just want to see what the rotation looks like how fast it is. Because it said it's like faster than Fury Warrior or Havoc Demon Hunter. And I'm just like, I don't think so, but I'm interested. I am interested. Alright, chat, we have I think about a time for like one more, yeah? What's up, Ramiro? How you doing, my man? Ramiro, what class you playing, man? What class we playing next? Because I got a lot of what I want to do. Scout to bid or orangey. I mean, as long as I get to see it, right? Do you have true GCD with it, or? Oh, you do have like details on the left-hand side, right? I see what you mean, though. I do see what you mean. It is faster. Like, if you want to, like, split hairs and have, like, nerdy arguments about it, I would still say that Fury Warrior and Demon Hunter in Dragonflight is faster, but this definitely is pretty quick. You can see, like, just the GCD of the abilities. It is pretty short. I do think Enhancement does have some gaps in rotation, though, doesn't it? I guess, like, if you play optimally and you get a bunch of procs, you shouldn't have any. But maybe at the end it wasn't like a gap. You were just opening back, but probably just trying to stop the recording. Yeah, I don't disagree though. It plays kind of like, actually you're probably right when you said it plays very similar to like the current enhancement, which actually does kind of look the same. Alright, chilling there. Yeah, chilling. Playing like one hand Fury. Frost DK on M plus on Holy and Raid. Is that what you're playing right now? I'm asking you, what should I play for the next key? Because I got about time for one more key. I don't even know if I'm raiding tonight. I'm not sure. Mage? Oh, Unholy? Unholy or Mage, boys? What do you think? J-Fish, I do, my man. Sidearm Fury. Oh, yeah, dude. We played that the other day. Was it Sidearm? So I was playing like an auto attack of Fury. That was actually really fun. Raid? I was thinking get my M plus that way, my guy. I was thinking get that done. Sitting there hitting like F8, 9, getting confused. Oh, okay, yeah. Your Havoc consistently way faster, but the RNG can make you lose your head. I guess that's like a proc then if you're talking about RNG, yeah. Because I'm just not familiar with enhancement. I don't know if there's like a haze buff or like a global cooldown reduction buff or something like that. Just not aware. Throwing all the random axes in one hit is so much fun. True. I do agree with you on that. Underrot, we could maybe get out. Whatever key I have is I guess what I would do, yeah. Whatever key I have is what we would do. Mage or Unholy DK, boys? What do you guys think? It's been a bit since I played Unholy. Maybe we should just do Mage. Just because it's something I'm more familiar with. Plus, they didn't change Frost at all. Without Wind Fury weapon enhancement, do you not run Wind Fury sometimes? Because I was under the assumption that you do. But maybe I'm wrong. WoW hardcore leveling guides on WoWhead. At least it's like I'm not a Diablo post. Hold on, there's even like a rogue hardcore guide? What talents would you pick? I do want to see actually. Oh, it's just like normal combat. No! It's not normal combat. At least in the early levels. Wait, hold on. Best builds for talents. Combat is the best leveling spec. Some argue preparation will save you and extra time utility. Combined with a mindful play, never put yourself in a situation where you need to double vanish. Easily outperform subtlety talents. After implementing different talents and talents, what's the preferred build? That's for level like 31, right? There's no way that's like a full talent tree, right? I guess that's for level 30. Starter points are most winter. Oh, okay, so it just continues. So you put a couple points into most of the attack just for crit chance. 40% increased crit chance for your ability. Okay. Sorry, I guess I should do this too, yeah? So you guys can see it. I'm just looking at like their hardcore guide. So they go into like 2 points here, and then 30 they just pick up like a bunch of utility stuff and then repost. I almost feel like going subtlety route wasn't that bad either, honest. When I messed around with it, because hemorrhage is really easy to use. Lots of calm points. I guess you do lose some of the combat capabilities from here. Or like rotational capabilities. At level 30, as soon as we hit level 30, unless you get a drone rush at 40. I do think Blade Flurry does make things a lot quicker though. So basically just like don't go in until you have like cooldowns. More or less is what I'm reading there. Mage got changed a lot, right? Was this a mage? I think, yeah, let's do mage, man, just because it's a class I'm more familiar with. Because Unholy, I feel like I haven't played in a while. Mage did get some changes. They did nerf Fire Mage, although I don't think it's going to stop him from pushing keys anyway. Frost is ridiculously fun. It is so fast-paced, and it actually blasts. Let's do a Frost key real quick. I should hopefully have one from like the... What key do I have? Because I did do one at some point. Halls? Oh, tell me I have a better score than this. No, I don't. Okay, I think we do have to do Halls then. Beast, do you want to do Halls with me, my guy? Halls 16. Not the most fun key. It's also fortified too, so like the first trash packs are going to be kind of like annoying. And also you got to do the middle with the draft. Okay, we're fine. We'll be okay. We'll be perfectly fine. I'm a Frosty Mage. We'll be okay. Why do I have to have Halls, man? I wish I could re-roll it like once. Give me anything else. Actually, what would be the worst key that I got? If any. Actually, no. Halls I think is the worst. I'd rather do Bracket Hide. I'd rather do like Notharian's Lair. I'd rather do Vortex Pinnacle. I don't want to do Halls. I don't even know how many people are going to sign up for Halls. Mage can change. Yeah, Mage is actually really fun. It is so fast-paced right now. You throw in your Frozen Orb, throw in a Blizzard, throw in a Comet, then you go for a Kona Cold, reset. Like your Golden. Where's Comet? There it is. And then just throw everything in at once. Get yourself some cooldown reduction. I probably should use Icy Veins too, honestly. I'm gonna use it now. And just rotate even more CC, or more damage. Throw one of these in there. Glacial Spike, another Blizzard. Just to keep getting cooldown reduction. More Lances, more Blizzards. And you just slam the entire time. It's very like fast paced. Like very insta-casty. It's really nice. That's all you do. You kind of do have to get in melee, so it's almost like Arcane Magi. Because you do want to get those Kona Colds for resets. That's what you really need. But once you get those counter calls, like, you're fine. Grab a hunter. But yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. And you got the spikes in there too with Glacial. It's really nice. Big burst, big AoE, cleaving things down the entire time. It's real fun. And then you Lancing the whole time. Frost very good? Yes. Like in single target, I believe it is played. I don't know if anybody plays it in AoE, but like we could take a look. Maybe it's gotten a little better. Let me see. It looks like there are some builds that are running. Actually, no, there are builds that are running it. At the high end, though, 29s. I think. So there are builds that are running it. I imagine for like pure single target. Like Ray of Frost. They're not running the upgrade for it with Splintering, so it cleaves. What are they dropping for it, though? They are dropping Frostbite. That makes sense, actually, because this doesn't really do anything. Oh, maybe I could pick up someone else then. I mean, conical damage could be really good. Lances, I think I'll do the lance for now, just because I don't really have the globals for anything. Go with Paladin, I'm fine with that. We just need a tank, we'll be chilling. Beast, do you want to join? Got an ult you want to bring in by a chance? Or if any of you guys want to join, more than welcome to. Chain reaction. Yeah, that one makes sense to me, just because I feel like I'm going to be lancing a lot anyway. I would like to try that combo at some point. It just doesn't seem like that's like played often. NA? I am NA. Yeah, 16. It's a 16 halls. If you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. I'm gonna take the Blood DK maybe. Like he hasn't really done this at a 16, but like he did a 15. But like, I'm thinking of going full gearing Arcane after the free haul that I did earlier. Arcane is a lot of fun. I love me some Arcane, but like Frost, I think they made it even easier to get into. Like, that's what I really liked about the Arcane changes they've done for Dragonflight in general. They made it an easier spec to like play. You know what I mean? Just like to try. Maybe I'll pick up a rogue, man, because we could probably use a melee. Yeah? I'm thinking we'll take a rogue. Rogues are good. God, no, I want to take the guy name, please, dude. It's almost like he's asking with his name, please let me in. That's such a good name. How did he get that? Must be like on a Dead Realm or something, right? That's awesome, though. Haven't played at all this X-Pack. Log in and drop 170k DPS. Yeah, no, it's good. Honestly, I feel like a prop warrior, like a good prop warrior that knows what they're doing. I'd pick one up, man. They got buffed recently. So my hardest spec to play and learn is Disc Priest. I don't use like macros or add-ons. Yeah, I feel like if you just have a macro that target, like when you're targeting an ally, it's a heal. When you're targeting an enemy, it's a damage ability. That can help you like condense your keybinds quite a bit. Besides that, it is quite a few keybinds though, isn't it? We'll grab this guy. There's no reason not to run this Palo Rod guy at all. We'll start heading that way. Won't be able to have any kind of skips without a Shadow Priest. Oh yeah. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Ray of Frost apparently is getting play. I guess like pure single target damage. And we just need like charges of what is it? Lance. I wanted to say spike. My body wanted to say spike. My mouth and brain wanted to say spike. But I was like, no, it's not spike. It is something else. Lance. Ice Lance. Probably better than like Frostbolt. Like if you just got like nothing else to cast. The constant clicking and the healing and damage is a lot of fun. If you play around the base UI stuff with no add-ons. It's a lot. It is a bit, I'd say. I guess we lost the Paladin. At least he helped me summon. At least there's that. Why'd he leave? What happened? I guess we're here. Might as well get the summons out, right? Just use massive with casting keybinds. They'll like shift for damage. Yeah, we could do that too. I have a key. So my keybinds that I like to use for healing are... I want to see if I can find them. They are... Basically what they are is a mouse over keybind. Okay, so they're kind of like this, but not really. They're a little different. Can I find it? I had it somewhere. They basically are like here we go. So it's a cast cursor macro. So if I'm targeting an enemy, right, and the mouse is not over an ally, it is a damage ability. Usually, wait, no, not this one. I mean, the same concept. Try to see if we could find it. Okay, I might just not have it on this character. Yeah, I might just not have it like on my base. But I do have it on like specific classes though. Wait, we lost the tank too and the healer? Okay. Unfortunate. You can enable mouse over basic UI in WoW. Yeah, I know you can do that. But I usually just use like macros like themselves. But it basically is a macro where if I'm targeting an enemy, right? The game is going to want to use my combat abilities, whatever I put in. So like Shadowward Pain, for example, I'll put in for Priest. But if I mouse over like an ally, it changes because now it's a mouse over targeting macro, right? So if I'm targeting an enemy, it's a damage ability, but when I mouse over an ally, it changes to target whatever my mouse is hovering over. And I usually just do that through like my party frames, but I would have them like over here. And I have it set up where targeting an enemy, it's a damage ability, but then targeting an ally, it's a healing ability. And I try to like put them together in such a way where I'll put like a damage over time with Shadowward Pain, but then also we'll put in like a renew for Priest, right? So it's a healing over time, damage over time. If I'm going to put, let's say, smite on an enemy, I'll make it into a flash heal or something on the healer. If I'm going to do penance, I just got to put penance for both of them because I can target an enemy or an ally. But I'll do it like that, you know what I mean? And I think I have my smite set up to like the AoE heal. My mind blast is a flash heal. So depending on who I'm targeting, it changes it. You know, healer? Yeah, more than welcome to. Holds of Infusion 16. If you see Dal Wizard, that's me. Let me know who you are and I can get you in. I don't do any of that stuff. It is confusing at first, but like if I were to pop on a healer, I think it'd be much easier to show. And it's pretty nice. It's just like, it basically is like, and all I do is I target an enemy at all times. And if I go to heal an ally, I just mouse over to who I want to heal. And then it's like, as soon as I move the mouse over, off of them, back to damage. Takes practice, but look, once you get into it, it definitely did save like me a lot of space on my like bars. Because basically one button is like a heal or a damage depending on who I'm targeting. Yeah. Helps a ton for me, but if you're not playing with it, I feel like this quiz is one of the, like having like 4 buttons for your heals, 4 buttons for your damage rotation isn't the worst, so it's like not too bad. But it definitely is weird to get used to, like healing while doing damage. If you've never done it really before, or never really messed around with something like that before, it definitely is going to feel really weird. That's for sure. We can get this guy. A bear druid. No reason not to grab him. Insta invite, we just need a healer, we'll be good to go. So for Miro, if you want to join us, my guy, if you want to heal it, more than welcome to, my guy. It's a 16, so it shouldn't be too bad. As long as we live like past the first part with the ads and past the first boss, it's pretty easy for the second boss. Fairly easy-ish for the third stuff. And at the end, it's like, as long as you don't get knocked off the platform, you're fine. That's literally it. Always want to get very good with it. If you just start practicing, I think it'll help out a ton. For me, as a disc priest, it helps me out a ton because it feels like I have much better, like, reaction time with heals and doing damage. But with actual, like, atonement playstyle with priest, just even, like, getting used to the atonement playstyle in general, that just takes a little bit of practice. That's all it comes down to. You're just practicing when to set up your atonements, when to do damage. But it's a very much proactive healing method. You kind of need to know what you're walking into in order to make value from it, in order to glean much value from it. If you walk into a fight that you're just not sure how to play against, it's going to be much harder than walking into a fight you are like prepared for. So it means like doing a little bit of research on what the fights entails, or like seeing it the first time helps a bunch. But it ends up being a little bit weirder when it's like brand new content, you don't really know how to react. At that point though, you should throw cooldowns every single time. And that's something about the class 2 is use your cooldowns. Your big shield stuff, you just want to shield a bunch of people, use that first thing, first line of defense, use it early. Throw it down. Everybody's taking a bunch of AoE damage, just drop down a dome. It's better for you to use your cooldowns, like the shielding stuff, than not using them. And then from there, just getting used to that atonement mechanic. Once you get like better with atonement and you know what to prepare for, like, okay, I know everybody's gonna take a ton of damage, but atonement ahead of time. Set up big burst combo where you do a ton of damage. Raid wide damage goes out, you hit the boss, you heal that raid wide damage, everybody's chilling. That's all it comes down to. We'll do a raid check and we'll be good to go, hopefully. I'll be fine with that. Full 10. I'll be down. Sounds good. Yeah, well, after this key maybe, yeah. I'll see how long this key takes. Because I don't really know if I have a raid tonight. If I do, then this key, after this key I may need to go to the raid. But if I don't have a raid after that, maybe we could do another one. I do hope the tank goes in like lusted. Because this is kind of the lustful. He wants to go left? Tell me he wants to go left and right. Right? Tell me he wants to go left and right. We'll just pull off the bat. Big pulls, guy. Big pulls. Big pull. Oh, everybody's just pumping. I love it. And we could also just remove all the damage as well. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna take damage. I'm actually taking aggro. I'm not used to that. Oh, dude, the 300k glacials are so satisfying, by the way. My god. Just a big old that's so good. Oh my god. Okay, I also need to use my mobility a lot better than I do. So far I've been a little scuffing with it. Good cheap shot by the rogue. What an insane player, man. Actual insane gamer. Shield in. I do like this class too. It's super tanky. Like, it's surprisingly tanky. Okay, he wants to go the easier path. That's fine. I don't like the easy path nearly as much, because I feel like it's just not as nearly as... Did I really miss that? Okay, that was my fault there. Entirely my fault. I wonder who's getting PI. Hopefully not me after that play. Breath him real quick. It's a holy priest. I just realized. For some reason I thought it was disc, but I guess holy is easier. It really is. I guess no one had a kick for that one. Oh my god, it just blew up. I honestly thought it was okay, and then it's just like dead. Unfortunate. So my disc bar, you've been having a heart attack. I need to see what your disc bar looks like, because I feel like if you do that mouse over thing that I've been doing, like your bar should look clean, very, very clean. But I guess everybody's different, right? Maybe some people just prefer having like every one of those buttons available at all times. But I feel like you don't necessarily need that anymore. Can I Kodo call them? Yeah, I can. Probably a bit of a waste though. A little bit of a waste. So since we're going left side, we don't have this, unless he wants to do the right side skip, just in case we scuff this up. Okay, this is gonna be like actual defenses might need to be used here, because so far everything's been pretty easy, but this is where you actually want to use stuff. Do that. Pull down reduction. Don't really have anything at the moment. Good shield, wall.
Interrupt.
So good. Breath it. Hopefully that'll be good for cooldowns stuff. Drop that. And I have myself a knockback if we need it. Should be good from here. Yeah, I think we're chilling now. But yeah, that's Frost Mage right now. It's really, really fun. It's pretty easy to get into, I'd say. I like this version of Frost Mage too. I guess we're not... do we even need to do those 3 orbs? I think we still do the skip even without it, yeah? I'm on tutorial doing it, and that was the best feeling ever. Get a free TP straight into High Mountain. Oh, yeah, that's huge. That's actually big value. Yeah, if you go to that port next to, I guess where the embassy is. The Orgrimmar Embassy, or whatever you call it. That is huge value. Almost forgot about it too. We do one of these. Get the hell out of dodge.
Watch your step.
Oh, I don't have to deal with it. I need to remember to use that more often. See if I can Nova these. Some cooldown reduction. I need to use cooldown reduction a lot more aggressively, I feel like. I'm actually gonna shield everybody. I feel like there's a little bit of an overlap. Not the right way of going about it. Do one of these. Get the hell out of dodge. Oh, that's so good. Man, all the time, I love it. Thank goodness they added this ability back in. That's such a good ability. Out of everything else I could have added. Shield ourselves. Nice. Yeah, we got through the worst part of it. Like, as long as you get past the first set of ads before this boss with the orbs, that's about as difficult as it gets. And as long as you don't like really scuff up the rest of this, you're chilling. Played Onslaught, auto attack, build his Fury. So that one I need to give more of a try. That one was weird. I like the ease of play because it's just like you just auto attack it for the most part. But also it just felt like a little unusual, to say the least. Yeah, I think it's fair to say it's a little bit of an unusual play style. But I need to give it more of a go, like a proper shot. That's a fun one. Odin's Fury. Yeah, I also played Odin's Fury, but I was thinking I was playing like the full auto attack Odin's Fury. But instead it's like a hybrid Odin's Fury. Or like, not hybrid, but like, what is the best way to put it? It's like an Odin's Fury where you're not playing into the auto attack damage, but rather whirlwind damage of it. So it's just I need to figure out like a better way of just like maximizing those bloodthirsts inside of that whirlwind. I just didn't figure out like the rotation. Like what should I be using first? Because I was thinking I was just playing into autos, but no, not full auto. Not full auto build, but pretty close though. I don't know how best to explain it. I just don't have that much experience with the spec at all. Where's the bear? Oh, the bear's up. I keep looking for the bear, but he's a gnome. I can never find this guy. Just Odin Fury and get rid of one Onslaught? I don't know. Is Onslaught that good? Because Odin Fury with a Whirlwind thing, at least in Mythic Plus, seems good. I think I could see an argument maybe for Onslaught in like single target. Or even Ravager. Would that be better? I wonder if Ravager would even be better. Just because the damage of it is pretty decent. It's like good amount of rage regen. But it's also like very, very decent on damage too. Like good AoE, decent single target, fantastic resource regen. And that's where I like see a lot of the value for that one. If that makes any sense. God, 300k glacials, dude. That's so fun. That's gonna be my favorite part of the spec. The 300k glacial feature. It's just like Chaos Bolt, but a Frost Mage version. Oh, it's so satisfying. Hey Dal, what's up, Ren? How you doing, fam? Dude, dungeons have been give or take. Affliction Warlock, definitely not the spec for me. I tried it, I give it a go, I let the chat decide what to play. Affliction did not go as well as I hoped for. I think there's definitely potential with a spec. But now I'm just playing something a little bit more, familiar with. So Frost Mage, having a good time, honestly. I'm not sure if I'm raid tonight, so that's why I'm doing like this many dungeons. And I'm still streaming. Normally I'd be getting ready for raid, but I'm not sure if I'm raiding tonight. Honestly, I thought we were gonna do 2 days raid, but it looked like 1 day. Looks like we're gonna go even like smaller, just to like make sure nobody burns out. But I'm not sure if that's the plan for tonight or not, because that's what it sounded like. But I'm not 100% anymore. We'll see. How you doing, by the way? Hope you're having a good one, fam. I feel like I should pop cooldowns here, but I feel like it's just... Maybe I should just hold. No, I shouldn't. It's like 1.5 minutes anyway. Cooldowns are so short for the spec. I shouldn't hold anything. Also, I like how Frozen Mode just went into wall. They're just like losing value. Kind of missing value when they're just up against the wall. That's actually not fun. Oh no. Ravager because of talent points? You don't think so? Because I was thinking Ravager would be pretty good, because you are going down to like, at least Mythic Pluses, you're going down the line of like Whirlwind to increase the damage and the cleave from it. So you do have some Ravager viability, I thought. But maybe you're right. Maybe you can't. I mean, that's enough, right? No. Okay, next slam he does, he belly flops, are gonna be pain. Whoever gets hit by that, it's just gonna hurt. Also, his big like roar is gonna be painful too. This is not that bad. It's just physical damage that goes up while he's enraged. 50% more physical. So next, like, time he summons more pets or more homies, that's gonna be kind of painful. I wanna see if I can shield that. Like this. I think what I'll do is I'll actually just stay next to the boss. This for a second. Oh, we should have lusted, by the way. I'm bad. Also, my single target damage doesn't feel like nearly as good. Unless it was just like not AoEing, because there is some cleave here. Yeah, I think I just need to not hold my cooldowns as much. Because my single target is definitely worse than these other guys. So they cannot get Ravager? No? Okay, hold on. I'll need to look into it then. It depends what kind of ability you got. Because like if it's your setup, because you do go over on the right hand for Ravager, right? I guess it depends. Because you may just have to make some adjustments. Because there may be some talents you're picking up that I'm not thinking of, but who knows. I just don't, the thing is, like, I wish I could tell you, like, yes, no, for sure. I just don't have, like, the talent trees for where you're memorized. It's not like Rogue for me. I have the base idea, but I don't know logistics. I don't know, I'm not 100% on the logistics, I guess. Is a safe way to put it.
Breath incoming. Breath incoming.
Trying to make sure I'm standing in between these guys so I can like knock them back even a little. Because any kind of disruptions are huge. And cooldown reduction. My god, this spec is so good. I feel like if I just focus in on it, oh, does it feel good? This thing feels great, man. What a good change with Frost Mage. Like, I know Fire is like where everybody's playing, but I feel like Frost is getting slept on. This thing is insanely fun. And there's a good chance like I'm not really playing it like optimally either, so there's even more optimizations I could go for.
Breath incoming.
I gotta get better trinkets than what I got, man. Way better trinkets than this. Oh, I'm dead. Close. Oh, spikes. Okay. Last not for a while. Okay, at least we should be good then. Hopefully. I got everything available for the boss. I'm just gonna throw cooldowns. I guess a little late. Shield everybody.
Find shelter. Watch your step.
Who's getting PI? Is it the hunter? Might be the hunter. I would have loved PI.
Find shelter.
Got invis here. Let's get some DR.
Watch your step.
Trying to bait it. If I can. Nope. Didn't really go where I wanted it. Oh, that's not safe. That's safe.
Find shelter.
Nice, yeah. I like that. That was a lot better. I feel like that time it just didn't hold my cooldowns. Just kind of extended. It's hard to choose new a race now when all of them look awesome. Now that allied races are available for everybody, yes. Honestly, if you're not sure, play someone you haven't played before. And go for like their heritage sets. I think that would work. Mythic invites. Okay, so we are going to be doing Mythic Sark, it looks like. Okay, so we'll get this done, chat. And I'll have to call it there. Because we are going to be doing, I think, just... Because we only have Mythic Sark left over from last night. So I think we just gotta go do that really quickly. Take care of it fast. Hopefully get in and out. We'll see though. Shield everybody. Breath again. The breath was a roof for some reason. That's someone else entirely. Get some CDR. Gonna throw everything in. Kona cold. Throw everything in it again. I love that part. The Kona cold. And you just get a reset on cooldowns. Oh, that is so fun. That for me is really, really fun. I guess I'm just a sucker for CDR abilities, the CDR mechanics. Ow. Big pain. I'm gonna try to stay as mobile as I can with her. That's pain, by the way. That just hurts. I'm gonna give us a shield for inundating. Hopefully that helps a little bit. If she ever gets a shield, I can probably spell steal it, right? Next inundate, I can shield myself. Which should be okay. At least better than the other guys. Okay, that's not great. Wallen just in case. That was definitely greed at the end, dude. That was a cast greed. I did what the casters do, man. I greeted a cast. I've been sub for a long time. I'm just a citizen of Dalaran. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my guy. Hopefully you continue the citizenship for a while, my man. Okay, we got no loss here for a bit. Citizen of Dalaran, rejoice. Look up into the sky. I feel like I should have been doing that from like the get-go in the channel. That could have been hilarious, man. Didn't think about it at all, though. Not smart enough for stuff like that. By the way, bears make dungeons so easy still. I don't want to see, like, it's a 16, so it's not super difficult. But I do want to see, like, how much healing this man is doing. Because I wonder if he's still, like, pumping some, like, a ton of heals either way. Oh, can you still do that mage alter time thing here? Is that a thing? Okay, I'm gonna try it. Try alter timing. I pressed it. And is it gonna put me back in the spot? 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second? Nope. Remember when mages could do this? They would alter time before you get sent in like the bubble or whatever. And then you could like make your way through, basically port yourself back to the boss entrance in the center, removing like the water. Okay, I'm slowed. We need to get around somehow. I need a blink, man. There we go. That took a second. They died? Okay. All good. All good. Hold on. Can I get over there fast enough? Nope. We're just gonna hit him with one of these. Let me go over there and poly that. But yeah, try to see if I can do that again. That used to be so fun. Make viewers called Citizens of Dalaran. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, just use whatever you can for survivability, boys. Just gotta live. Hold on. Maybe I can get some cooldown reduction. Okay, Invis and that was probably the play, honestly. Felt like there was maybe too many cooldowns committed. But basically every time he does this big and Undane, that's where we're gonna be a little bit scared. I don't know if the Druid got like a regrowth heal mechanic for us. If he does, that'd be great. Otherwise, everybody's gonna need a defensive of sorts. Like Infused Globules? No, not that. Not Infused Globules. Someone else. We're fine. We're fine. I had the ward's damage in the group too. That's unfortunate. I like this class a lot, but I guess like my damage on bosses I think is where I fell behind. Because I know AoE is really good. Hopefully we can get somebody to res him. TY. Appreciate ya. Is there more DPS than a tank? 2 other DPS combined? Hell yeah. Like, don't you make your viewers consider as Dalaran or like Patreon long? I'm gonna get the key for the city. Yo, everybody, dude, make like a tier for Patreon supporters. Oh, fragment, huge if you need that. Do mages use fragment? If he doesn't need fragment, I'll ask for it. But anyone need this? I could use it. It's better than this thing. Which is the Codex. I don't want anything. Hi. I mean, I'll get it. Arcane does? Hell yeah, dude. Big. Right? TY. Hold on, let me get you a port. I'm really bad at Magen. I should have got a port for everybody here. But I'm really bad at that. But yeah, that could have been something, you know? Patreon supporter, make it a tier. The highest supporter, I don't know what the highest would be. Key to the city, honorary members, part of the Dalaran Council, right? Council members. You could just buy mayorship. That'd be like a straight up pyramid scheme though. I feel like you could do some really unethical stuff with that. Just like thematically, right? Thematically could have some fun with it. Maybe, man, maybe. I'll think about it, yeah? That'll be something. Alright, so now I actually have enough to make myself a crafting piece. I feel like I should get something crafted. I just don't know what. Because you got a better trinket. And I think I'll use that over that other one. Even on the spec. Even though it doesn't really line up anymore. No, it does line up because you have shift and power. So it should line up like every single cast. I just think you have too many globals you use as a frost. You probably burn through them very quickly. Helm is a thing I can craft actually. So you can craft a helm maybe with a shadow flame on it. That could work. Alrighty boys. Yo, thank you so much for coming by boys. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome, wonderful, beautiful. Tomorrow, we're just chilling, man. No stream, just a day off for me. Unless I decide to play Heroic Classic Hardcore. I'll maybe give it a try, but I can't give you guys no guarantees, man. Friday though, 5-5-1-1 duels. I do wonder how the Classic Hardcore is going to impact our 5-5-1-1 dueling shenanigans. But we'll see. Yeah. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for coming by. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope you boys had a wonderful, wonderful evening. Tomorrow, just gonna get some work done and get some chilling done, I think. Unless... what I may do is I'll think about the Classic Hardcore thing. I'll let you guys know on like Discord or something if we do it, yeah? I think that's the best way of going about it. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope all of you enjoyed. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day off tomorrow. And hopefully I'll see you guys back Friday for 5-5-1-1 duels, starting with EU over in the starting with EU on Friday and then going to NA on Saturday. I do hope we'll have enough bodies for our regular duels. But I wonder like how big that Classic Hardcore thing is going to be. Like, I wonder if it's going to like take off and just be like what everybody on the mother plays. Now there's like an official mode, or if it's like not. I'm kind of hoping like, I hope it's successful, but I'm hoping enough of our boys are able to come by Friday. Yeah. All right. You guys have a good one. A wonderful evening. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I will cock my I'ma cock my nine and motherfucker.